Okay. You do that. This portal object is driving me insane, and it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. And it's
Okay, I got the
causing
notification.
me grief.
All right, there we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream.
You can also go sub to my channel. No, I have a measly 20 subs. I have a crappy YouTube channel.
Oh god, they're rolling in fast.
Hello, chat.
Yeah, they are. I'm not.
Oh my
looking at
god, I see the rev of my baby.
Yeah. That's what we're going to start with today.
Yeah, anybody can join.
And if everyone wants to go ahead and introduce yourselves, we can just go down the stream team list. So, Blazing Shadow Flame, go ahead and introduce yourself. Obviously,
Hello.
I'm Tennille. Hi.
Yeah, I'm Blazing.
I'm Mage. I have a YouTube channel, Mage Wesley, if you want to sub to it. But I'm Mage, and I cause mayhem. Mushroom Queen, introduce yourself.
If you're there.
Mm.
She might not be there right now. So, Tessu?
Yeah, okay, so I'm Tessu, but mostly I'm known as Turkey Flight in the Warriors fandom.
And then Siren Song?
Hi, can you guys hear me? I'm not sure if my mic is working.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Oh, okay. Hi.
And that's everybody with us right now.
Yeah.
These are all my lovely patrons that are on the $5 or more tier.
You know what?
So,
I'm just forget this. I'm just gonna play Titanfall 2 instead.
Can you hear me?
Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, can hear you. Oh my goodness, Mushroom, were you talking and didn't realize that you were muted or whatever?
Yeah, I was like screaming bloody murder.
Oh no!
This is why we can't have nice things.
Just like, why is no one listening to me?
Yeah, so I guess I might as well introduce myself. Hi. I'm Mushroom Queen 20. I'm Mushi. I'm the baby of the group. I'm just a kid using So, thoughts on the animated films this year?
In what regard? Like movies that actually came out this year?
Yeah, just like the whole catalog of animated movies that have and will come out this year.
I don't know. Nothing's wowed me so far. It's been kind of boring.
I saw Toy Story 4 for the second time. It was pretty good. I love Forky.
Meh.
Forky's a mood.
My mom will not stop talking about Forky. I think it's an unhealthy obsession. Please help.
Oh boy.
Help.
Yeah.
I'll be
Tennille,
completely honest. This is my first Patreon stream, and I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm kind of just like here.
Nothing. We just kind of hang out and chat while I draw.
Yeah. Well, she
Yeah,
draws.
that's awesome. Okay.
Tennille, I've text chatted with Blixme on Amino like 8 times, so I'm good friends with Blixme too.
How's
Flex is
Blixme
fun to talk
playtime?
to.
Blixme is the one who
Do
makes
you
all
know
the weird
you know who
songs.
Bright Guardian Akira is?
Uh-huh.
The chill dude.
He just
Yeah.
did a voice for Moon Kitty as Lion Paw.
Moon Kitty's
Yeah.
mean.
Oh, I
Moon Kitty's
recognize
mean.
his voice. I'm like,
She
I know
made
that
a
person, but I
video.
just don't know from where.
Ow.
Yo,
Yeah, Moon Kitty and Selena are mean. I got banned from their Patreon Discord.
Well, that's probably your own fault then.
No, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It is mean.
Skeptical.
Hold on, I've got the perfect Titanfall 2 mission select that I got for this.
Oh, there was a new Moon Kitty video. I was just asleep for it. Now I'm mad. Also, your drawing a blank was adorable. I love
Ivy Fern
so
is
much.
OTP.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That was
They
good.
are,
That
they
that
are
was
my
awesome.
children.
I didn't realize it was like that controversial that so many people disliked it. I'm like, I thought it was cute.
To be real, I was actually a little nervous about posting the video because it's like people would get pretty angry about Ivy Fern. I was like, oh
Yeah.
jeez, I hope I don't get a lot of backlash for this.
I'm only on the third power of 3, like when Hollyleaf is before Hollyleaf even runs into the tunnels. I haven't read any past that.
Like, what was I gonna say?
And reading the ones that are currently coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm just waiting for the silent film.
It's not
Yeah.
nearly as controversial as, well, at least from what I have seen, Crowfeather. So were you hesitant about posting Crowfeather content?
No, because I really like Crowfeather. So if people are that upset about Crowfeather, they can they can just leave because I'm all about that angry boy.
Feather's one of my favorites, but I haven't read a super edition yet.
I read only a few super editions.
Yeah. I'm
It's
currently
sad.
burning like tons of AI enemies in Titanfall 2 with Scorch's loadout, and it's fantastic.
I'm trying to get my screen recorder to work so I can record a speed paint, and it's not working. It's
Oh,
just
what
great.
are you using?
Great. Some came with my computer, and
Oh, that-
I need a new one.
Yeah,
Don't
screen
say it, OBS.
just get Camtasia. Camtasia is what I use.
Well, I was
Although
going to
it's-
suggest OBS. OBS is what I use for everything, and it's a free
OBS is
program
terrible.
you
I've
can...
used OBS before, and OBS is terrible.
Yeah.
Hey, Mage, please don't interrupt me.
Sorry.
But yeah, if you just download OBS, you can get it on the internet for free. It's pretty easy to use. There's other stuff you can buy, but OBS is easy to use and free.
Yeah.
Okay.
OBS actually does work pretty well. I've used it before, but it's not great.
Not acting up lately for me.
Camtasia is good, but Camtasia is like $200. The only reason I have it is because my mom works at Purdue, so she can get a license for it for like $15 instead of $200. That's the only reason I have it.
Whoa.
So like OBS has been acting up for me.
Yeah?
Day that I'm streaming, and then 2 days after I do a stream, and then give up after 15 minutes because I myself can't see it, then it's on my channel.
Maybe try uninstalling and reinstalling it. Maybe it needs to be a more updated version or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. I'll do it later.
Yeah. You know, you should get SFM. It's the computer animating program, and it's really easy to learn. It's like took me all of a day to figure out how to use it. It's actually really good.
If I ever want to do SFMs, I'll give that a chance.
Yeah.
When you say computer animating, do you mean like CGI?
Yeah, CG models.
SFM uses STL.
It's still CG models, though.
Yeah. I can actually 3D model it really well. I've 3D modeled like everything, and it's fantastic.
I went to
Just
school
really
for
learn.
computer animation.
I am still in going into 8th grade, so I am not even close.
I just declared my pre-major to animation.
Oh, yeah?
Really excited about that.
Sweet.
Great. Also, Siren Song, thank you so much for drawing my baby Nightbriar.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, are you guys doing art fight?
Well, I'm doing
I
art
am.
fight, but no one attacked me, so I've given up on it.
Wait, what team are you on?
Anyways.
Nightbriar sounds like Briarlight and Night Star, Night whoever.
I think it's
Like combining
Aqua.
the two?
Full name.
She's actually a play on my name because my name in a different language means night, and my middle name is Rose, but Night Rose sounds dumb, so Nightbriar it is.
Yeah, that sounds
That's
good.
cute. Were you on Team Dream?
Basically a self-insert.
No, they're taking my Titan, my mech. No. They're taking my mech, and this is very sad. Now I have to chase after it. This is very sad. Tennille, why don't you like mechs? They're good.
I never said I didn't like mechs.
Oh. You said you did either really like them, or really dislike them.
Yeah.
It's a neutral thought.
Yeah. Tennille doesn't like the fact that she has to be associated with violence, though.
The mechs.
Some Titanfall thing, I'm not totally sure.
Yeah, I'm just out of tune.
Neil, who are you drawing right now? I just got connected to the
I am
yeah.
drawing Little Stripe for Puppy Creep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, you got my name right.
I want to draw, except my drawing tablet is on the ground, and I'm in bed, and I don't like the ground.
Puppy Creep, do people say it differently?
Yeah, people go like PvP creep, or they'll say like PvP. They get it
They
wrong.
try
And
to
it's
pronounce the V in there instead of assuming it's supposed to be a different kind of U.
Yeah.
Just call it BT7274. There's a good name for you.
Well, I'm glad I got it right, because I was just guessing, but I'm like, I would assume that would be the logic behind the name.
Yeah.
Oh, that frag grenade was perfect. That was like the perfect frag grenade. I just died. I fell off the map.
Been watching some
the worst way to
up and
die
threw
in
me
the
off the
game.
map.
Fall damage.
been watching some
No.
theories and stuff. So Lost Star spoilers.
Is everyone okay with Lost Star spoilers here?
Yeah, I've read the
yeah.
whole entire thing.
Okay.
Everyone?
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
I just died again. I got crushed by an arm.
Y'all still certain that it's Ashfur?
So,
I've
I
heard
be
so
sure.
many theories.
mean, this
Asper
one
seems
person
like the most
said it
obvious
was.
choice.
I feel like after
Yeah, it is. Yeah, everyone just accepts that it is going to be him.
Isn't Firestar dead?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's in
Yes.
StarClan.
But it wouldn't be Firestar. Firestar
while.
is. Yeah, he's been dead since 2013.
Oh, I haven't gotten to
Some
that
people
book yet.
thinking it's Thunderstar just trying to reinforce what his clan used to be.
Mm.
Really, I'd say that if you're gonna go with that, I would say it would be Clear Sky, because we all know that Clear
Clear
Yeah,
Sky is the more
obviously.
clear
Clan is
antagonist.
not my favorite series.
Yeah, it's
It's actually kind of
it
hard
might
to
be.
read for me.
Sky is. He's one of my favorite Warriors characters, but I don't condone his actions at all.
I feel like everybody has a character like that, where it's like, they're actually the worst, but I still love them.
Yeah, my OC is
Well,
just
amazing.
Scourge, but in like heavy armor, which is based off Pilot Cooper's
Some-
armor from Titanfall 2.
Some people are saying, like, I talked to this one dude a while ago. He's saying that it might be someone from the Dark Forest, like Maple Shade or something.
Maple Shade is great.
Killed.
I don't understand Tom's madness at Maple Shade.
Isn't she
She's
dead?
dead. Yeah,
I
Like,
think
she's
died
like,
in the-
she's
There's
done
a
that.
lot of Dark Forest cats that are gone now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just
There's
had
like
a crazy
ton of
idea.
them.
I said Tom is in that ass's cash, but
Tom is great.
But Tom, the dumb kitty pet.
Tom the dumb kitty pet. He's behind all this.
I don't think he has
No, Jake.
a good enough understanding of the Warrior Code.
No, you know who's all behind
Exactly.
this? Jake.
That's
Jake
why
is
he
behind
wants
this.
to
Jake
botch
is
it up.
behind this.
But
There's some
there's
people
one thing
thinking-
I don't.
There's
one
some
thing I
people
don't-
talking about it being Soul, but did Soul ever really die?
I mean, we
don't
don't
know for sure. Yeah, he may. People are saying he's like a rogue now, or
He
he's gonna
kinda
return or
disappeared.
something.
We
Maybe
haven't
just
seen
Maple
Soul
Shade
die.
2.0.
Remember that one time in Dawn of the Clans when Clear Sky was like let's kill these children because I don't know if they're gonna live or not. And Thunder was like, whoa, buddy, wait a minute.
Wait.
I just got done reading Ravenpaw's Farewell, and I probably should have read it a long time ago, but I full on cried.
I cried.
Like, if you cry every time.
There was a section in the book where, like, Barley's sister asked if Ravenpaw and him had kids.
Yeah.
Tennille.
That was like...
I actually have 3D printed Blixme's art before, because I have a 3D printer, so I can 3D print stuff.
Oh, cool. My roommates have a 3D printer.
Oh, this one is like a little $120, like little Delta style. It's good though. But Blixme won't let me print her art anymore because she doesn't want me to like use her art for random stuff. Because I've used her art and I can melt metal, so I casted some of her art in metal, and she doesn't like me anymore.
I mean, that's kind of understandable.
Well, she doesn't want me to add stuff like weapons to her characters, I don't think, because I can do that.
Well, I mean, they're kind of her characters.
True. But, yet again, I can print it and not tell her and
Mason West.
Anyway.
No, don't do that, Mage. Come on, man.
Don't do things without other people's permission.
Especially someone who has that much, like, social power.
Well, Blixme will just throw me under the bus. Like,
alright, Mage, that's enough.
Okay.
So yeah, like I'm like so insecure about like stealing people's ideas and plagiarism that I had an idea for an animatic, and I had a discussion with someone who happened to use the same song, and I was like, I know it's not your song, but like I love your animatic so much, so like please.
I mean, that's totally fair. Like that kind of thing happens. You know, where you have a very similar idea. It's like coincidences like that just kind of happen sometimes, and you gotta roll with it.
Yeah.
I see people with very, very under-designed characters, like they're just 1 or 2 colors, and then they attack someone for having the same color scheme or something.
Oh no, and you're just like, dude.
I'm trying to think of
Color schemes
a scenario in which that's happened.
It's actually kind of terrifying low-key every now and again when you see like these big fights go on. And for someone that, for example, like me, I'm not very social. It's really irritating when people like throw big fits about stuff as like as similar as color schemes being the same, because you're just like, oh, well, I don't have anybody to back me, and you're just cornering me over something that's so stupid.
Well, it's also really hard for me to socialize because I have autism, so there's that.
I've seen people, like, on stories, like, on Instagram and Facebook, they're just like, go attack this person because they have slightly the same character as I do, even though they're barely alike, and it's kind of sad.
It's sad that you have to resort to that far, that you're so inconfident in yourself about your own designs that you have to go fight with other people about things that they've done or created.
Well, see, and I think it's silly to do that in the Warriors community because so much of what we do is like animation stuff. So when somebody comes up with a design that everyone's just like, oh yes, this is perfect for that character, you tend to see a lot of people try and do their own take on that kind of design, and because of that, like we see things kind of evolve. Like Hawkfrost now in like fandom designs is almost always like this desaturated, darker Tabby Tom with a white chest, and
he was initially something else.
But yeah, but in the books he's just listed to look like exactly like Brambleclaw. With blue eyes and maybe a white chest. I don't know. Even that part's a little like, did the book say that, or is that still just a fanon thing?
Genetically, I'm not sure where the white chest would come
he's
from.
Like mostly white and then just has some stripes. So
just make it all white with some orange and black stripes. There you go. There's a new OC you can make.
Another thing is that there's only so much you can go far with like a cat's design. Like when you're creating characters and so on. Like, it's a cat. You can have tabby cats, you can have this kind of cat, but generally someone out there is going to have the same sort of idea.
Yeah.
For a
It's
character.
not like,
those
it's not like
Soulfire
a
stories.
person where you can have like all different types of ethnicities and genders and clothing and size and height, and there's only so much you can do with a cat, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, you can just strap a helmet to it and say it's a new cat. Or just make it a mechanized cat.
I don't think that would be
What
a
do you
warrior
guys-
cat anymore.
What do you guys think
It's a
Red Tail's
literal
canon design
warrior
is?
cat.
Canon?
Sorry, what's that?
What do you think Red Tail's canon design is?
I like to see him as still Calico, but like more of a orange and black tabby co.
Yeah.
Some
I like
white
that,
and red.
Like, with like a red tail.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, with a big fluffy red tail.
Oh no, a big fluffy red tipped tail.
What does it like about him? Does it ever have him in the allegiances? Oh, it does. I found it.
Well, he has his own novella, but I haven't read it, and it's supposedly inaccurate in terms of they confused who killed how Oakhart died.
No, I would argue that the Red Tails is more
I actually have
accurate.
the novellas right here.
Yeah, I have Red Tail's dead, I believe. Yeah, it says like he thinks that he killed him, but in the books it says like he died of a rock fall or something.
Well, I would argue that Red Tail's death would be more accurate, and what Ravenpaw would have said would have been like a lie of some sort because nobody would have believed that.
Didn't
Yeah,
like
he's just
But
like,
it was
Red Tail
found out
kept
that
him-
Red Tail died of a rock slide.
Alright, so
No.
in the allegiances, Redpaw is listed as a tortoiseshell tom with a ginger tail.
Can be taken a lot of ways.
Yep.
That's
in
That's kinda
the
fun about
SSS Warrior Cats animations, he's just white with a red tail.
Yeah. I mean,
You know-
that worked well.
well, basically, it's just basically
You
spotted
gotta
like, with the red
simplify a
tail.
design for animation, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know what this all kind of reminds me of, Loki? When I got my dog, my dog Jingles, she's listed as a yellow lab in all of her like documents and all that junk, but she's more maroon red than yellow. Like she's like a dark maroon kind of color, and I think it's kind of funny that she's listed in documents and stuff as a bright yellowy. It's supposed to be golden colored yellow lab.
Oh, right, but that's like... So she's like a purebred lab, right?
She's a English Labrador, so she's like. So when you look at labs, whenever you see movies about them, you see the American version. The English version is a stockier version built to last in water longer. So she's got a blocky head and she's short and all that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And she's a maroon color, like a dark. Like she's not brown and she's not yellow. She's like a red.
Yeah.
But in all of her official documents, she's supposed to be gold. Which I find kind of funny, really.
Yeah, I had a Weimaraner that was a purebred dog.
I love Weimerheimers, but go on.
And the way they list the colors for those is like very specific and drives me up a wall. So your normal Weimaraners are like these tan dogs. And
Right.
mine, they'll either be like a tan or they'll be like a silver color.
Yeah.
But
My
in their breeding documents, the tan colored dogs are called silver, and then the silver colored dogs are called blue.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's kind of like, okay, so I have 2 dogs right now. I mentioned them a while back. I have a puppy named Starscream. And
Oh
he's
yeah, that's adorable.
Starscream.
my little baby Starscream. He's such a little brat, to put it nicely. But
my
he's
black lab is really smart, so she keeps opening up the doors every time we try to like put her in like a little cage. She keeps opening up the door.
I used to have a Sheltie, and basically like whenever it would rain and like be a thunderstorm, she would always run into the bathroom and lock herself in And after that, we were just like, where is she? Where did she go? And I'm like, wait a minute. And I open the bathroom, she just runs out.
My
But Bina, you're saying?
he's a little Australian Shepherd, and he's a purebred and all that. And if you didn't know something about Australian Shepherds, one of the things is they always have eyebrows.
Oh yeah.
They have these little brown eyebrows, and yeah, they don't have tail and they have like little eyebrows. But all of his siblings all had eyebrows, and he was the only one not to have eyebrows.
Oh no.
He's a purebred, and he's what you call a blue merle. So what it means is he's got this painted paint job where he's got like a dark bluey grays and blue. He looks like cookies and cream. Just think cookies and cream splat on a dog, and he has no brown on him whatsoever. And typically, a Australian Shepherd will have like little bits of brown. He has none on him whatsoever, and I think it's the coolest thing. It's kind of why I was like, all right, your name's Starscream, punk.
Now, my next question is could you actually register him as a pure breed dog then?
Yes, I can, because I have his bloodlines and all the lists of all the dogs that, he comes from.
Mm-hmm.
But he would be a oddity at a show, because he's missing his eyebrows that typically the Australians have.
Right.
And he wouldn't exactly get high scoring because of it.
Right, right. Like he would be docked.
He would docked majorly. He would be actually given a lot of points for his paint job, but docked majorly because of his loss of the eyebrows.
Yeah.
He's I don't actually take him in for show though. I was actually working on training him to do agility, so that he'll do the courses.
Aussies are good at agility.
They're smart.
They are good at agility too.
Since I grew up having Jingles, my fat Labrador, I'm used to a dog that will be by my side but sleeping and not require a huge amount of maintenance. So when I chose Starscream, I looked at him and I was like, all right, so you're going to be him. And the lady that I got him from said, well, you're a kid, so this will work out just fine. You'll have enough energy. And I didn't really take that registration into mind until I took him home. Because when I brought him home, all of a sudden, there's this little puppy that has learned how to jump onto the counter from jumping from the couch onto another table and jumping from that table to the counter.
Yeah.
He's really smart. In a major pain. I love him. We have a cat at my grandpa's apartment, and since I kind of moved into there recently, the cat would sit back and wait at the door for the dog to come back in from the walk, and the dog would lick one side of his face, and the cat would pull his head up and move in different directions so the dog could lick every inch of the underside of his neck and on the other side of his face. And I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Aw, I love it when animals can get along.
Yeah. Well, I have 8 outdoor feral cats, and they won't let me pet them, but they'll walk right up to the dog and purr and rub on the dog.
Aw, that's nice.
And the dog will love on him, and it's really, really funny.
I have both a cat and dog. My dog is right next to me, sleeping on my bed. He's a mini golden doodle. His name is Leo, and the teddy bear.
Aw.
I have this cat. He's stray, and he roams around my neighborhood, and we call him Little Petey. And he's like,
that's such a cute name.
Yeah, and he has a stub for a tail, kind of like Barry Nose. Wink. And he and my neighbor's dog gets out a lot. This still cracks me up, but the dog would go over to the house where he would mostly hang out, and I was just talking to my parents outside, and we just hear the dog yapping like crazy, and we're like, what is going on? And then we see the cat, and he's like, oh.
So the cat would just taunt him by being just out of reach or something like that.
I think so. I didn't really see what happened. I just heard a dog like squalling, and I look and it's my neighbor's dog, and then I see the cat, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Another funny thing about Starscream is that every morning I'm a night person. I'll be up till like 4 a.m. doing whatever I gotta do because it's the time that everybody's asleep and I don't have to deal with anybody. I can clean. I can do what I want.
Preach it.
But Starscream wakes me up at 8:30 exactly at 8:30 every morning.
Oh my god!
There's nothing I could do to deter this dog. I mean, like, I'll even close my door, and he'll open my door. He'll figure out either open my door or scratch my door long enough for me to get up and open the door, and he'll just sit there expecting me to get up and do some things. And I'm like, why? Why, little one?
Yeah, our cats have gotten in a really bad habit of, like, waking up one of us at, like, anywhere between 2 in the morning and 6 in the morning to eat.
That reminds me of the time. That reminds me of the time my big boy kitty Socks. He's about, I don't know, 2 feet long when he sprawls because he's a ginormous Tom kitty. He'll come and he'll carry this like little fake mouse around. He'll come at 2 a.m. and sit on my mom's chest and dump his mouse on my mom's head.
I didn't know that you had more than one cat, Neil. I thought the only one you had was Peridot, if I'm right.
Yeah, Peridot is Sean and mine's cat, but we also have 2 other cats that live in the house that are our roommates. We have Opie and Felicia.
Cute.
I have
Nice
a dog. She's I want to say she's purebred, but she's definitely not purebred. She's a Chihuahua with the face of like a terrier, so she's basically just a really small, normal-looking dog. And there's this sort of bark she does. She only does this bark when she has a toy in her mouth, and we're pretty sure she does it because she's frustrated. She can't lick us when she has a toy. So she does this really, it's like a howl almost, and it's really cute.
Can I tell you all something that I find really cute about dogs?
What's that?
What?
One of the things dogs will do when they're playing is you'll notice that they sneeze at the beginning of a fight.
Oh,
like they'll do this thing where they'll sneeze a bunch of times.
Yeah.
It's actually the dog's signal to tell you that they're playing and this is not a real fight. We're playing.
Oh, I never knew that.
My dog will sneeze on me to try to get me away from him if I'm hugging him too much.
He's allergic to you.
Apparently. I'll be like, I want to hug you, and then he'll sneeze on me, and I'm like, thanks, that was great.
Ah, that's great.
Okay, Tennille, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Why won't you play Terraria?
Because I just don't want to.
Good reason.
Yeah. I've never been into mine.
I have a bunch of end game weapons in the game.
Well, I have a pick that has a 5,000 pick power, so...
I've never been into open world
Sandbox.
games. Yeah, sandboxy games.
Oh, so you don't like Minecraft?
I get that.
Yeah, Minecraft.
Minecraft is a complete rival of Terraria.
Yeah.
I have a burning hatred for it.
Oh, that's Terraria came out before.
Aren't they partnered?
Yeah, they're friends. Like, if you go into the title sequence for Minecraft, they sometimes will advertise, you should also play Terraria, and Terraria will advise you to play Minecraft.
Never seen that in my entire life.
I believe they do that.
Probably. I just haven't hopped on Minecraft in like...
Why are you wearing a black suit?
The past hour looking for my stylus.
Oh no!
no.
Did you find it?
No.
Oh.
That's a big rip for me, too.
So, Tennille,
Yeah.
I was wondering, are you excited for the next Wings of Fire book?
Hell yeah.
Wait, what is Wings of Fire?
It's a book series, Mage.
Wings of Fire is...
it's like Warriors, but with dragons.
Oh, so it's basically the
It's
missing life.
what my brother said.
I feel like in some ways it has a better plot than Warriors, just because...
Oh, in like every way, it has a better plot than Warriors.
Yeah.
Warriors can just become a mess very easily, but Wings of Fire seems to,
Don't get me wrong, I love Warriors, but as far as writing goes, Wings of Fire is so much better written.
Wings of Fire is
I'll try to
superior.
find one. They got Books a Million or something.
I haven't read it, but they're also lots of morphines.
The first book is really cheap. Because I've gotten it for about $2, $3 in paperback over at the dollar, or not dollar store, but the Barnes and Noble, I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I am upset. I don't. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's genuinely a really good book, and I do 100% suggest it. If you liked Warriors, you'll definitely like Wings of Fire.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like people who don't like Warriors would even probably like Wings of Fire.
Like Wings of Fire.
Yeah. I don't read on paperback. I read on Kindle.
Oh, you could definitely get it there too. It's also on Audible. If you'd like to listen to books.
Yeah.
Oh my god, where did it go?
But yeah, I am very excited for the next book to come out.
Yeah.
Him too. I loved Hive Queen.
Yeah?
That was like, it might have beat out Kibley's book for me.
Really? For me, it was very just like, I enjoyed it, but nothing about it wowed me. Like, nothing surprised me about it.
I guess I just love Hive Wings too.
Yeah.
So like, seeing more of their culture, I really enjoyed that.
One of my favorite books were actually Moon's book. I liked the whole, like everything about that. But honestly, top book would actually be Darkstalker. But nothing really can beat that one, so...
It's so good, man!
What can you do? I mean, you can't top the top.
I read it in like the perfect place, but just by accident. I read it, I think, in between Turtle and Peril's book, and it was complete accident, but it works so well.
Well, yeah, that's actually how they were published, too. Was Peril's book came out, and then it was Darkstalker, and then it was Turtle's book. So that's how I read it as well.
So, I really want to read it. I really want to get into it because good, everyone's raving about it. So, try to steer clear from massive spoilers.
Okay, no problem.
I get that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pick it up at a Books a Million. I don't have a Barnes and Noble where I live. I'm so sad about it.
Yeah, and you can definitely enjoy Wings of Fire even hearing spoilers, but I definitely feel like it's a book series that deserves to be read spoiler-free.
Yeah. Specifically the first arc. I like all the world building and all the things around the first arc, specifically when it just introduces things.
Yeah, and then the second arc really goes into, like, more character and even more world building. It's great.
It's wonderful.
Currently drawing Sunny.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I just got my teammate killed by triggering an explosive, then walking away, and my teammate walked over and blew up my teammate. I just killed my teammate by accident.
Whoopsies.
Big rip. So Neil, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
When you do traditional art, what's your favorite version? Like, when you like to paint or draw, what is your favorite to do?
So like,
Like,
definitely
do you like
drawing. I definitely prefer drawing.
Do you do watercolor at all?
I did in high school and a little bit in college. I don't do a whole lot of traditional art anymore. Just because, like I have all the art supplies, but it's just like, oh man, I gotta get them out and get messy.
Yeah, I get that. And you got like all the stuff that you gotta do online for the animations and your drawing of blinks and stuff.
Yeah.
I gave up. I'm a broken woman. I cannot find my stylus.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mushroom.
I'm a broken person. I can't even find my...
I can't even find myself.
Yeah. Like, I'm so excited for the next season of Dragon Prince.
Yes!
Just so
Oh
excited.
my gosh, I wish I could watch it. I don't have...
I get the feeling we're going to be hearing when the next season will be coming out here soon.
Yeah.
Because I follow Aaron Has. I hope that's how you say his name. Because geez, Aaron Has on Twitter, and he's been talking about like going to conventions and stuff to talk about Dragon Prince, and talking about like giving a first look at the new season and stuff like that. So
I'm just so excited.
Yeah.
such a good show.
The only thing, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say I wanted to know what the queen is like, the dragon queen.
Yeah. Like, what's the baby's dragon name? I haven't seen it in a while.
Zim.
Mom.
Huh?
Because his father's dead, because didn't they kill him?
Yeah. But the baby dragon is Zim.
Like, the only things I watch on Netflix are Black Mirror because I'm literally an edgy 14-year-old. And months ago, I finished season 2, and oh my heck, it was great. Have you guys seen Gretzko?
Has anyone here seen Stranger Things season 3?
Yeah,
Sean and I are
no
currently
spoilers.
watching it.
No, yeah, I've seen season 1 and 2, but not.
I haven't had time to watch
I have
it yet.
not
For no
started
spoilers.
yet.
Seen it at all.
Alright, y'all,
I have not seen any of it.
No spoilers from
But
season 3, please. I want to watch
People
season 3.
have been pressuring me and telling me that it's sad, but also really good, so I need to start watching it soon because, oh my
Okay,
god,
do not-
I love Stranger Things.
Please don't spoil season 3 of it for me.
Alright, I sinned. I watched
Have any of you-
season 3, but I never watched 1 or 2.
Really?
Yeah, I was, it was my other two sisters' thing to watch, the Stranger Things series, because I've been in college for the past couple of months. And I returned, and season 3 came out. And my two sisters, one of them left, while the other one was in the middle of marathoning it, and told me I had to stay. So I sat down and I watched all of season 3.
Oh my god.
I've never seen any of the other, seasons. So to say it was kind of like a trip, more or less.
Right, you're like, wait, am I supposed to know what's going on here?
Yeah, I was like, okay, so I feel like some of these things I'm actually not supposed to know, and some of these things I'm supposed to know. And I'm not sure which one's which.
That's hilarious.
It's like when Tennille. It's like when Tennille got the first season of Midnight and started reading Warriors Midnight after she had read.
Oh yeah, it's very similar to that.
I've actually read the prequel series of Warriors to the first arc.
Oh,
I had no idea. Yeah, it's just like once I started reading, like I think it was Omen of the Stars. I think it was when it was, or maybe Power of 3, and they were talking about Thunder, River, Wind, and Sky. I think is what his name is. And I was just like,
can anyone hear me?
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, you're loud.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, sorry. This is the first time I've literally ever used Discord in my entire life.
Welcome to Discord.
Thank
I'm
you.
Welcome.
Discord.
Discord's a wild place, homie.
Yeah.
I'm like kind of old, so I'm very used to using Skype.
Oh yeah, I hear ya.
I'm used to the bloop bloop notification.
Skype
how it
is
never
easy.
closes.
I'm used to the no.
Skype must be purged from the earth.
Someone pray for me. I'm trying to do physics right now, so.
No.
Hold on. I give you my prayer. Yo, double majoring is a wild thing.
When school starts back, I have to do this geometry thing, and eek.
I like what my dad likes to call illegitimate science.
Danielle, I have another question for you.
Zoology, biology, genetics. Not like the chemistry and the physics, the real science.
Yeah. Danielle,
What's up?
would you ever play Titanfall 2, or is it too violent for you?
I don't mind violence, but I'm not into shooter games.
Well, it actually has a lot of puzzle solving. I'm on time travel puzzling thing right now, and it's driving me insane.
I have a question to Neil.
Yeah.
Have you ever played The Last of Us?
I have not played it. I have seen it multiple times though. Like I've watched different Let's Plays of it.
sounds super familiar. What's it about again?
It's the zombie video game that was extremely well done.
My friend was telling me about it. The one where it's like the zombie apocalypse, and there's this man, and then there's this little girl, and cannibal.
Yeah. And it's about 30 years into the future during the zombie apocalypse. I won't lie, growing up as a little kid, I was terrified of zombies. And so after playing the first part of that game, because my sister got me to do it, she was in game art design, so she was showing me all these things. The first 15 minutes of the game will mess you up. Because it's done current, and I remember coming out of it because my sister went to a college where she had classes at 3 a.m. and stuff, so I was going with her to one of her classes in the middle of the night, and I was like, oh, I feel like I'm in a threatening zone.
This is where I die.
I just accidentally blew myself up. And I just punched the wall, and the game glitched, and the thing I was killing glitched into the wall and blew up the wall.
Hey, Grace,
now,
I think you have a lot of background noise going on.
Do I? Hold on.
Yeah, thank you.
Let me mute myself really fast.
Okay.
As a kid, I was always like, I always thought the zombie apocalypse was like just gonna happen like at some point, and I wasn't gonna be ready for it. Like, I probably sounded like one of those crazy paranoid people that has like a bunker under their house.
Oh, my mom's friend actually has a bunker under their house.
My neighbors, where my neighbors live now, there's someone that used to live there, and every weekend there would be nonstop gunfire. And they had an entire like bunker under their house that was full of like shotgun shells, and it was like completely full to the basement was like completely full to the brim with like different gun shells and like ammo, and like
crazy.
And it was terrible. So the person, and there's so much lead in the ground that you can't drink the drinking water because there's so much lead in the ground from the shooting.
Okay then.
That's like the wild thing about people and stuff. You watch those shows where it's like, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. The ones where they're showing off these people that are preparing for the apocalypse.
Yeah.
They're the exact reason why humanity will be the enemy. Because every time they're talking about, like, these people are talking, they're like, I'm gonna kill my neighbor. That's basically what they're doing.
Okay then. Oh, Jesus.
Like, that's really what they're doing. And then at the end of the day, you think about it, people are not like that at all. A lot of, like, people you meet, like, will not try and kill their neighbor the moment things go to hell.
No, and those guys are like ready. They're ready to fight at a drop of the hat. You're just like, whoa, dude, chill out.
They just have things Walking Dead style.
Like,
well, I have a walnut catapult, so that'll be my weapon of choice. Is a walnut catapult.
Zombie apocalypse. That never bothered me because I was like, zombies are fiction, tee hee hee, but what really messed up my head...
Well, rabies, if you genetically modify rabies slightly, it would actually act like the zombie apocalypse pretty closely.
Not right, because people collapse before that. When we were doing our whole demonstration of why you need to take care of yourself when you're dealing with a rabies-infected animal, because I'm double majoring, one half is doing veterinary and the other half's doing art. But, like, one of our whole things is that people collapse and they start foaming from the mouth, but they typically won't get to the state where they're attacking people. They're just delusional.
That was what I was saying. If you genetically modify it so that doesn't happen, you can actually genetically modify it so that doesn't happen. You can make it.
Why would anyone genetically modify rabies to?
Well, exactly. Look at the military trying to make it, and they mess it up, and they cause World War III.
Well. Actually, people can be vaccinated for rabies, like you vaccinate your dog.
True.
Which is something that we have to do eventually if we're going to work with.
Okay. Is this any better?
Yes, that's much better. Thank you.
Sweet. Okay. My air conditioning is literally right next to my room, so.
Oh, that was probably it.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, what I was saying, my only exposure to zombies was through Plants vs. Zombies. I was like,
that game is great. Have you played the Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, the Xbox 360?
I don't know anything about it. I just played it sometimes on my mom's iPad when I was 7. Like, that's all I know.
There's like a first-person shooter Plants vs. Zombies that's for Xbox 360 and Xbox One that I played.
So, anyways... What really messed me up was when I was in 2nd grade, I was like looking at some books, and it was like something about the solar system. It's like, hi, this is the moon. This is the Earth, kids. This is the sun. It gives you light and makes your food grow, and it's also gonna kill us all.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
When your science teachers are like, one day the sun could just explode and we'd all die, and you're just like, oh,
like,
great.
That's what,
Or the
that's what
ozone
messed
layer
me
can
up.
just be completely destroyed, and then the sun will superheat your entire house and you catch on fire and all that.
Yo, things like that were wild back in the day, though, when you're in class and they're just like, yeah, this is so cool. The sun, the earth, instantly can blow up and everybody will die.
In a
Also,
solar flare.
You ever heard of a black hole? Well,
Yep.
let me tell you.
let me fill you in on that little fun trip.
I didn't have anything like that. I went to Catholic school, so most of our debates in science class were like, so science still exists, but like, so does God. Like,
Yo,
Oh.
Catholicism was a
God.
trip.
no, Catholic school
actually
is. Oh, you're good. Catholic school was like fine, pretty much, but I thought like when I was a edgy preteen in middle school, I was like, oh my god, everyone here is so stupid, blah 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 blah. But then I moved down to Oklahoma, and in Oklahoma,
And let me tell you.
there are so many people that it's just like those giant mega churches, pretty much.
Right.
And they do a lot of good for people, but at the same time, they usually run a lot of schools down there because Oklahoma's school system sucks.
Oh boy, you should see Florida's.
Yo, homie, that's what I was about to say. I was gonna be like, I could top you, homie. I live in
Yeah.
Florida.
So do I.
My mom's
Wait,
friend was a
Tennille.
school teacher in Florida.
Tennille, didn't you say
Couldn't find
that
work.
your art school was a scam or something once?
I mean, most art schools are scams, but yes. It's a sad but true statement.
Yeah.
Because most of the
Scammer gets
skills
scammed.
most of the skills that you need to go to art school you can find for free on the internet, and most teachers that I've seen at art schools aren't really qualified to be teaching it anyway.
I feel like art school is just a big get your name out there machine.
Yeah, well, and plus it's so ridiculously expensive. Like, I'm going to be paying off my student loans for going to art school for like the next 20 years still.
And on top of that, really all you really get out of it is a degree, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But,
Right,
like,
which does not matter because, like, nobody's ever going to ask you for your degree. They're going to ask you for your portfolio.
Yeah.
They commissioned you. So, do you have a degree?
Right,
You
let
have
me
a
see your
degree in
degree in
art?
fine arts.
And
If I
then-
ever commission you, Tanel, I better see that frickin' degree attached to it.
You know,
I
like,
don't even know where that is.
yo,
You
take
didn't-
a picture of it
you
and
didn't
email
tell
it to me.
Tennille,
and I commissioned you.
Tennille, get Tom in here. Tom will be perfect. Tom is great.
I think Tom is busy.
That's fine.
Tom
The last cat cast was absolutely hilarious
Yeah,
that you posted on your
Cat Cast
channel.
is great.
I
Hello, I'm
just recently
Mr. Cardboard,
watched
and I eat cardboard.
it. Especially Moon Kitty's her cat Ocelot at that one point.
Yeah.
Just meows
Ocelot.
very, very
Uh-huh.
loudly.
Ocelot is sweet.
Mhm.
Have you ever met Ocelot, like, in person, Tennille?
No, I haven't had a chance to meet Moon, so I haven't met her cat either.
Didn't you meet her when you guys went ice skating or something?
No,
that was Selena and Tom.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
Selena and Tom. I haven't had a chance to meet them yet. I've met Tom. Yeah, and actually of that friend group, that's the only one I've met.
You know what's kind of wild? Since I grew up here in Florida, like, born and raised, things like gators do not, like, I don't feel very threatened by them. As long as you're not in the water, they're not really a threat. Just outwalk them.
I've never seen a gator yet because I mean I live by a bayou, but I have not seen one yet.
I'm pretty sure if I saw a gator, I would flip my lid.
Well,
Run through the hills.
they're always around and they're big and large. Is just stay out of water. That's all I have to say. Is stay out of any kind of fresh water. Just don't be in it.
I mean,
Or just go to a water park or something.
would like absolutely. I'm like, there's no way I would want to be anywhere near Florida water.
Yeah. I mean,
do not come to the Gulf of
ocean's
Mexico.
Okay. But
Tennille,
the Gulf of
Tennille.
Mexico is warm, but like
Tennille,
One second, somebody's talking.
It's
Okay.
Mage.
the Gulf of Mexico is fine and all that stuff. You can get into the seawater and all that junk, but that's a like freshwater. Just don't mess with it. But the thing that I found kind of trippy is how now that I go to college up in North Carolina in the mountains, I'm not used to
I
ever
was just
seeing
there.
or hearing of a bear. So
Oh
when I
my
walked
God.
out of my dorm room, like, because we have like these dorms that are like have the face out into the wilderness. I walked out and there was a bear, and I was like,
Oh,
"Wait
God.
a minute, wait
Yeah.
a minute. I'm not
We
sure
have-
what to
I
do in
have
this
this
situation."
I mean, there used to be
you
this.
guys were
I would be more afraid of a bear, honestly, out of the two.
yeah.
I'm more afraid of the gator than the bear.
Gators, I don't think you have to worry about as long as you're not within 5 feet of it and you're not in the water with it.
No,
You're
they
in the water
See it
with
being
it,
mauled to death by a bear, I'm like, alright, that feels like I think that would be fairly quick. Being dragged underwater.
Oh my god, death row.
And
Oh,
drowned,
Jesus.
like
But you're
while
making me
being
cringe
attacked
just
by
by
a gator, I'm just like, nope.
the description.
Yeah, no, but typically
What the heck?
you won't really be
Observation.
attacked by a gator unless you approach it, or if you're in the water with it. That's why I don't find them terrifying, is because one, as a Floridian, you just don't get in the water. And
That's
two,
not what horror movies have told me.
Guys,
Don't listen to
dumb.
them. Do not. Because
observation: the 40-ton chassis of my Titan, run the crocodiles over with it.
Jesus.
Nah, I'm pretty sure they'd probably get back up.
No, it would
About,
smash into the ground.
Earlier, about black holes.
there actually was
Scared
a photo
at
of Black
all?
Hole.
Yeah, it was cool.
I
There's
wasn't
so many
scared
memes
at
about
all.
that now, and it's
me.
unreal. Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
wasn't scared at all of black holes because I saw Treasure Planet and they made it out okay, and I was like, "That's gonna be me."
I don't know how to deal with this
Thank you.
situation. Thanks to Treasure Planet.
Exactly. I was
That's
just
gonna
like,
be the
"That never
that's gonna be
happened."
the best name ever of a TV show. Besides, I don't know. I don't remember what it's called, but it's great.
Oh, and since we're blacking this up a little bit, fun fact, growing up, my siblings always had a zombie apocalypse gear backpack around each house that we lived in.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
my gosh.
That's hilarious.
A
I have
little
a question.
Mhm.
Do you, like, is there some sort of list that you have for when you do streams for drawing people's characters?
I just go into the I just go into the Discord and see what people have posted, and then I save it all into a folder and draw everybody's character until I'm done.
Is that in OCs or like?
Oh no, it's only for $20 patrons, and it's in
Oh,
the
the $20. Oh, okay, I see. I
Wait,
see.
if
Yeah.
I'm a $5 Patreon for 4 months, do I get a commission?
No,
Mage,
it's only for
no.
$20.
Oh, so you can't be a $5 Patreon because that would add up to 20.
No.
No.
In the time that it took you to spend $20, the $20 patrons would have spent way more.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm a $5 Patreon for 2 years, then I think it's only fair I get a commission.
If you want a commission, you can spend the money to get a commission.
No, I would just think it would be fun to like have you. I know exactly what I'm gonna draw. I know exactly what I want you to draw.
You open your commissions to Neil.
What's that?
Open your commissions.
I'm currently still doing my first batch of commissions, so they'll probably be open again either like around They'll be open either at the end of this month or next month.
I just got sucked into an exhaust fan and died.
To Neil.
Yeah.
On your commission chart or whatever, I don't see the little busts that you do in these Patreon things. So can I commission one of those, or is that Patreon exclusive?
Yeah, you totally can. I think they're listed as like the $25.
Wait, can you just buy commissions on like don't you have like a website or something where you can buy commissions or something?
Yeah, but they're closed right now.
Oh, rip.
Hey, Tanil.
Yeah, Mushroom Queen on my commission sheet, it's listed as the sketchy bust. So it's the 25.
Which website is it on?
On my DeviantArt.
Oh, on your DeviantArt. So I'll have to look it up right now.
I have a DeviantArt, but I don't post it anymore.
I posted stuff on it like a year ago. Now I don't.
Yeah.
Yes.
Toon character commissions?
Sorry, what? You're cutting in and out.
Sorry. Would you do Splatoon character commissions?
Oh, yeah. I love drawing Splat.
Splat is good.
I've played like the first game, and then the second game was awesome.
I haven't played either one because I don't have a Nintendo Switch.
Oh.
I have a big old. I have a big 2-kilogram computer. Sorry, I work in kilograms. I don't work in pounds. You have to convert it yourself.
I completely forgot. Art fight's going on right now.
Yeah! I've been seeing a lot of people do art fight.
Are you doing art fight?
No, I never get on it because I just don't have time, unfortunately. I'm always tempted to, though. I'm like, oh, it sounds like so much fun. But I'm way too busy.
How long has art fight been going on?
Several years.
Or 16.
Yeah.
It's a nail.
I've only missed one of the art fights. Except for, like, the first one.
I genuinely love art fight. But it is extremely time consuming.
I hate it.
I'm just really sad about how slow this site has been, because apparently they're not going to pay the programmers of the site unless they reach a certain amount of donations, which they're already at $1,500. But they're still not paying the people that are making the website run, which is so confusing to me. Apparently they spend all their budget
every year, though.
Yeah.
It goes down for the first week. That happens a lot.
Tanil, how big is your computer, to draw? Because I would assume drawing takes up a lot of computing power.
I just have actually a Toshiba laptop. I need to update my computer soonish.
No way!
My graphics card is half the length of my computer. It's ginormous. It can play most games at 60 frames max settings.
Nice.
That's actually wild to me, Tanil. That your computer's at that, because when I had my laptop, I couldn't run Photoshop for more than 5 seconds before it crashed. I mean, mind you, I love video games and stuff, so I had to get a better, decent computer over time anyway. But, that is completely wild to me.
I have a computer that is basically, it just runs, it runs Paint Tool Site, it runs Toon Boom, it runs Photoshop, and that's it.
I have an old laptop that's, I think, the i3 CPU. It didn't run crap. It was so bad. It was so old. My new computer's CPU, though, is an i7 8th gen, so it's, yeah.
Daniel, I don't understand. Oh.
No, you're fine.
Daniel, I don't understand how you're doing that, because I have a laptop that was all the specs required to run engineering, like programs, but as soon as I try and open Psy or Photoshop, it's like, nope, I'm dying now. Have fun. Like,
try reseating the RAM. Usually that fixes the problem. That's generally the problem. Reseat the RAM. Open the computer, RAM, reseat it. That'll fix that problem for you.
I mean, I'm working with my Asus from like 6 years ago right now with Studio Paint, and it's a mess.
My computer is about, actually it's 5 years old, and it's the laptop I got in the middle of college because the laptop I had during high school died on me. So after my first year, so I got this.
Yeah, my computer was built. I built my computer in 2018, so all of its components are brand new, so it should last a good 10 years.
That's nice.
Built your computer?
Yeah.
That's
and
neat.
it's desktop, so I can open up the side and just replace stuff as they break or upgrade.
I had a a little laptop that I used for a lot of things growing up, but it started to fail more or less, where I couldn't play Minecraft on it anymore. I couldn't do anything on it, and what ended up happening is I had to get a desktop because I couldn't use Photoshop, I couldn't use anything else on it, and I still use the little laptop. I just use it for schoolwork, but I feel like it's slowly failing worse and worse.
That's probably because the CPU is wearing down. The CPUs wear down over time because from heat and from moving, because they're moving components internally with a bunch of transistors. So if you replace your CPU, I think it should fix all that problem.
No, I understand that, but it's a laptop that doesn't let me take it apart and re-put pieces together.
Laptops are super thin and stuff. So yeah, you can't usually repair laptops because stuff doesn't fit correctly.
My laptop just decided to fail, and because like my brother took it to Kentucky, and he just called me and he's like, hey, it's not loading up, and I'm like, what?
That's not good.
The Windows loading screen. Oh my goodness, it's the worst.
the Windows blue screen of death.
Yes. When it sits on 100% for 15 minutes.
Yo,
and then it blows up.
I got y'all a wild story about what's been going on with my desktop, though. I've had my desktop since about 2 years now. I got it on Christmas and all that. And I come to the realization that my hard drive was slowly failing. Slowly but surely was failing. Because I couldn't do certain things. One of the things was that my computer would go into sleep mode but never wake up. So I had to turn it all off completely and turn it back on.
Yeah.
It would suddenly at random send me to my BIOS screen, but never let me out. There's nothing I can do to get me out. I figured out that if I opened up my computer, I could unplug my hard drive and plug it back in, and it all of a sudden work. I go all the way to my desktop and all that, but at random it would send me to the BIOS screen infinitely. So I went ahead and I bought myself a hard drive, a new one, to replace the regular one, and I also got a solid state drive. My solid state drive was going to be how I loaded up my computer and booted up.
Yeah, that's what I did. I have a 500 gig solid state, and then I have a 2 terabyte hard disk drive.
That's exactly what I did. Is I got the 500 and I put my Windows loading up on that.
Yeah.
And when I installed the 2 terabyte, I couldn't figure it out. I went through and I did all the things.
Format.
No. That I did all that. Turns out, the 2 terabyte hard drive that I spent 9 hours trying to figure out was a faulty one.
Crap.
I sat there for 9 hours going, why am I just dumb?
Why am I dumb? Oh no!
I was just sitting there and I figured it out, and I was like, oh. So I replaced the 2 terabyte hard drive, stuck it in there, and I got a new one. I got a whole new one. And I was doing all the programs, trying to copy everything over and put it onto my the new one from the old hard drive. Well, I had to run into another issue where it would load up to 99%, and it'd say system error or whatever, and I couldn't copy everything from my one hard drive to the other.
Just
so I was going through all these. I was going through all these forums trying to figure out how am I going to fix this? How am I going to do all this? And I come across one that one of the suggestions was to open up your command prompt and do a /fix or whatever, or /clear. So you know what that does? Let me tell you. It completely wipes your hard drive.
Oh.
So,
that would make me want to stick my finger in the light socket.
I won't lie, I cried. I was like, oh man, all my artwork and all the pictures I've ever backed up.
Didn't that also
on this
delete
computer.
system? Didn't that also delete the
Yes, I couldn't turn it on.
Oof.
I couldn't turn it on. I couldn't, like, it would send me to a screen where it's like BIOS settings because nothing else works.
Oh,
Well,
no.
I learned a bunch of things that day because I learned that one, your hard drive works like a VCR tape. You cannot erase things off a VCR tape, but you can copy things over it and lose everything underneath it.
Yeah.
So I figured out that if you got a external hard drive and you got Windows onto the external hard drive and you boot up your computer that way, you can use command prompt and reverse the effect of deleting everything.
Oh, yeah, that's saving. That barely saved you though.
However, since that took me 5 minutes to lose all my information, you know how long it takes to get all your information back?
Oh no!
A whole day and a half of loading.
That would also make me want to stick my finger in the electrical
Light
outlet.
socket.
Yeah.
But I ended up figuring it all out, and I immediately removed my the faulty one. And so far, my computer's running okay.
Oh man,
Yay!
that was a true trial.
Like,
That's the true computer MVP right there.
I thought it was being like low-key tested somewhere. I was like, what's going on here? What did I do to deserve this? But I ended up fixing it and all that. Because computer coding really isn't that hard. Knowing the parts and pieces you need. It's just sometimes the world wants to work against you.
Yeah.
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 That really be how it be sometimes.
Hey, I'm Tanil. I have a question.
Yeah.
Like for your semi speaks on, are you gonna do a semi speak on Lost Stars, or are you gonna do the whole broken code in itself?
I don't know. I've been wanting to write a Lost Stars semi-speaks.
Oh, Dozer.
I don't know how much I have. I'm supposed to eat dinner soon.
Oh,
well, I have a bad case of con crud, so it was nice meeting you, Tennille. I gotta go back. My mom made soup.
Yeah. Get one
and
on.
through con troubles.
Bye, Pepper.
Bye. Nice seeing everybody.
It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you guys too.
Tanil, I have a question for you. Would you beat Sean, or would Sean beat you in Titanfall 2, like that first-person shooter? Would you beat Tom? Not Tom. Would you beat Sean, or would Sean usually beat you? Or are you like 50-50 match?
Well, we would probably not do anything because neither of us play those games.
Yeah, but like, if you did, does Sean win most of the time, or do you win most of the time?
I have to
Like,
go.
against each other.
So,
Alrighty. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Yeah.
Hey, Tennille, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, whenever you get to like the early 2000s or even late 2000s with Animation Pilgrimage, are you going to keep going, or are you going to make it a separate series?
No, we plan on continuing to go until we eventually just like reach the present. or we reach the point that we started doing our theater reviews, and then who knows what we'll do then.
It's a never-ending cycle of movies that just keeps coming out and it won't stop.
Yeah. It really never ends. I mean, it does, but like, it's gonna take a long time.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Sunil.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all of the places to be, where would you like to end up? Like if you were to settle a place, in like, I don't know, the United States or around the world, where would you settle?
California.
Really?
Yeah.
California's too warm. California, I don't like California. It is really.
I guess you've never been to Northern California.
You should feel Florida. You should feel Florida.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
feel.
God, it
I
sucks.
feel Indiana.
You should try
in Indiana.
Oklahoma.
In Indiana, it goes from being -5 to 60 degrees overnight.
Yo, but like I prefer
Whoa.
that 60.
Oklahoma is like, okay, so it's like a fine day in Oklahoma. It's nice. It's warm breeze. All of a sudden, bam! Flash flood warning. It starts raining, and it came out of nowhere. And now you're cold and wet, and everything sucks. And then
Oh
you're
my gosh.
Yeah.
I did not know what a flash flood was
tornado
until I
warning.
moved there.
This is.
You know, honestly, I'd probably pick somewhere like Colorado or the mountains of some sort. Back in North
Colorado is
Carolina.
also
I live right
awesome.
next to mountains, like 2 minutes away from
Colorado's.
mountains.
I've been to Colorado.
Yeah, I
I've
was
been to
there
the
not too long ago to visit some friends.
Yeah, I've been to the
Colorado.
Grand Canyon. That was fantastic.
I had a bad experience in Colorado. So like, I went to visit family for like Christmas. So we stayed in this like log mansion thing that you rent out for vacations and stuff.
Mhm.
And on the second day, my brother just throws up everywhere.
Oh.
And it gets
Oh
on
my
me.
God.
It gets on me. So I'm now covered in vomit when we were supposed to go down to Colorado Springs, and I'm crying. And it sucks.
Actually,
And
that's
Freaking
exactly right.
altitude. Altitude sickness, man. It just sucks. It's awful.
Well, I hope one day you get to have a better Colorado experience, because Colorado's really awesome.
Yeah, it's got a lot of cool stuff like the Grand Canyon.
When I visited Colorado, Colorado was honestly one of my favorite places to visit because of how, you know, it was just nice up there.
I think
I went to
for
Colorado
me-
Springs.
I think for me, it was probably the best experience was Virginia because I went there on a school trip and we just we went to DC first and then we went to Williamsburg and then on the last day, Busch Gardens.
Boom! Good vacation.
Tennille, do you think Mayhem is a fitting name for me?
Yeah, seems so.
Was that a compliment?
Yes, I like being Mayhem. I'm a menace. All my teachers at school call me Mayhem.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I cause lots of mayhem, and I'm just generally a menace in real life.
Oh my gosh, at school I am a totally different person. Oh my gosh. This is bringing back bad memories. Hang on.
Let me process this.
So, okay, wait, last year, okay, I'm going to high school now. In the 8th grade. I don't know why I did this. But like, oh my god, I crawled around like a cat for an entire day.
Oh,
that would be me.
Oh no.
I just meowed the entire day. And I don't know why I did it. I don't know what I was going on my brain. It sucked, and then I got to the cafeteria. I'm like, what am I gonna do now? Because everyone knows that the cafeteria, oh my god, there was food all over the floor. It was really bad. And so I did get up on my quote unquote hind legs for the cafeteria, but just to make things, just to like, oh my god, I took off my shoes. For whatever reason, that just makes it better. It's just, my gosh, that makes me more like a cat by standing on my hind legs. Just freaking take off
man.
my shoes.
You do you.
I stepped in pepperoni.
Hey, at least you got carrots.
Tennille, you know the best is when you like looking back at it, like people like your siblings and stuff, and they're doing cringy things, and you videotape it or you like record it, because you know later on that's gonna be prime blackmail.
Prime blackmail.
Oh
Yeah.
I got some pictures of my little sister that she did for her school photo, where we had long brown hair back way when, but she covered only one side of her face in her long hair, and gave like the edgy picture.
Oh my god!
You know, I took pictures of it in my phone and I kept it there so that now that she's in high school, I'm like, ha 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 ha.
You should see my brother. He when he was like in like he was in elementary school about to where he was going to the public school that he went to. He was the happiest person. And then once we got there and he got this haircut, he just completely changed. Now he calls himself emo now.
Oh no.
It's so
High school is a
funny to,
wild
like,
time.
Yeah.
Looking back at it, it really was. And then on top of it, you know those kids are like gonna regret a good majority of some of the things that they did. Or
Not
they're,
me,
like,
though.
I regret kindergarten so much. Oh my gosh, I just remember something.
I regret middle school.
Yes.
I was such a brat in kindergarten. Oh my god, I was such a brat.
I was completely different when I was in elementary school, and then once I entered middle school, and then I just completely changed.
The only thing that I remember specifically that teachers didn't like about me was, since I had ADHD, you know, I had accommodations for some of the things they had to deal with. And they would honestly, like, they kept fighting to try and get it taken away from me because they just don't like dealing with it. They didn't like having a kid that had, you know, accommodations in their class. So they're always trying to take it away from me. And I remember my mom, they had about 8 to 12 meetings with my mom in a set of a couple of months. Attempting to. And they brought in people from the landings and everything, and they brought my mom in. And my mom came into the room, and she sat down, and she looked at, like, all the 8 people around the table trying to do this, and she laughed. And I've never felt, like, more fearful than when my mom laughed at all the people sitting around there. It's like the most OP move to do.
Like, what a power move.
Yeah, like you go into a battle of some sort, and the one character stops and just laughs.
Yeah.
You know you're in some trouble. My mom pulled out the lawyers and all that stuff, so...
Good.
From that point on,
Nice.
That's ridiculous.
It really is. And then I had teachers ask me if my parent was a lawyer, and I was like, nah, my mom will just eat you.
She'll just put you in your place.
She really will. I mean, I fear my mom. As it should be.
Yes.
I have been displaced for a while now because of a disaster, and it sucks.
Irma?
No, Michael.
Oh,
Yeah. Right in the eye wall, and it sucked. But luckily, I was in Tennessee for that.
Oh. At least
That's good.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't as bad as my getting a walnut to the eye. I accidentally shot myself in the eye with a walnut cannon once.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah, he told me that.
I'm building a walnut cannon 2.0.
When Irma came through way back when, that was honestly the wildest time. Because as a Floridian, you're just not phased by hurricanes. Because typically, they don't do that much damage. You see it from the northern perspective, and they go, well, this big hurricane's coming through. It's pretty rare when it does a huge amount of damage. I mean, there are certain areas where it will destroy places.
I mean, I live... No, sorry,
first
go
of all,
ahead.
if you know there's a hurricane coming, why are you still living there? Like, just move out the second you know a hurricane.
What?
I mean,
No,
it's
It's
not
called
that
evacuation.
easy. It's
Kind of hard.
One, you can't really do that. Two, if you know a hurricane's coming, all you have to do is do a couple of preparations, and then you're good. I mean, tornadoes scare me and other things, because they come instantly. You don't know they're coming. Hurricanes, you know that's coming a week in advance. Like, but my thing was about Hurricane Irma was that was the first time I've seen local Floridians get scared. You don't... Floridians don't get scared by hurricanes, but when people start evacuating and like people that have lived here for a long period of time, that's when you know something's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right now, I live right by a pine forest, and there's only a few trees standing, and there's still a bunch of trees snapped in half like a toothpick.
I actually rode a four-wheeler through a pine forest, and all the trees are dying because there's this pine beetle that eats the trees and kills them. So all the pine trees around my house will be dead within the next 2 years because of the beetle eating the insides of the trees out.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. And those trees have been there for like 60, 70 years, so it's really sad.
No, go on.
I think the trippiest part, though, about Irma was the part where we ended up evacuating last minute, the day of, because it hit by nightfall, so we left in the morning. And there was not a single soul on High 75. 75 is constantly packed.
That is creepy. When you go to some place that's normally really busy and there's just no one there.
There was not a single soul on the road. I drove for about 2 hours and there was no one. There was no one.
That's terrifying. Like, that makes it even
scarier.
That's how a horror movie starts.
And the wild part was coming back, because, everybody's instantly flooding back to their homes to see what's going on after they evacuated. And, like we were coming back. And High 75 was completely packed and had been, 4 hours worth of traffic. So we decided to use Google Maps and go the back roads way. And I wouldn't say it's a mistake, but it wasn't.
But you probably
really...
saw a lot of damage, didn't you?
That's a lot of damage. Just fix it with flex tape.
Well, there was water up to my middle of my calf, and you would be driving through it with it's a big Tahoe, so think the president's car. And we were driving these back roads, and you'd see these power lines down, in the middle of the street. So
making the water electric.
Well, not just that. There was just so much damage. We went underneath this. You know how power lines are held up by two giant wooden pillars, more or less?
Yeah, sticks.
One of them was snapped like a toothpick, but it was still held somewhat in the air, but it was leaning close enough that maybe our car had about 5 inches of clearance from the power line.
Oh, God.
It was just... It's scary. It's honestly pretty scary.
Scary. Imagine driving a four-wheeler through the middle of a lightning storm. I've done that. I was driving the trails and I didn't realize there was a lightning storm, so I drove through the trails and I come out and there's giant lightning strikes coming down, and I was driving my cousin around and they're freaking out, and it was fantastic.
I was in a tornado once. I was driving back from somewhere with my family. It was 7, I think, and we just got flung across the street, and it was really scary. It broke my arm, but it wasn't. Thank God, no one died. Thank God. But yeah, the car is really damaged. We managed to drive back home, but we got rid of the car. It sucked. It was awful. I was in so much pain for the next 8 weeks because I've been drawing my entire life. And when I was at the time, I was drawing so much. I was freaking doodling on my homework and everywhere, and I couldn't stop. And it was my right arm too, so I couldn't draw, and I cried.
Oh man. Well, luckily when I broke my arm, it wasn't my dominant one.
I broke my left arm by jumping off a slide and slamming into a metal pole with my arm, and it completely destroyed it.
Heck.
Oh.
I've been lucky. I've actually never broke any of my bones.
I've only broken one arm.
Or else next week you're gonna break something.
Hopefully not.
Ironically, I've never broken a bone either. And it's kind of funny in a way because I'm really accident prone. And I always have all these scars on me from all sorts of incidents. One of the ones that I find really funny was I was trying to cut open an apple. And I was a lot younger at the time. And I had a butter knife. Mind you, a butter knife. And I put enough pressure on the apple while holding it, because, I'm dumb. And the butter knife went through the apple, but it went through the digit, my pointer finger. And it went... where your little, the nub, I forget the name of it. Now I'm joint? The joint of my finger, but it went down to the bone, the joint in the middle.
And that's a butter knife cut, too. That can't be.
Do you know what
it's not really a cut, it's just forced in.
Yeah.
Do you know what my instant reaction was, though? Mom's gonna kill me.
I've accidentally touched a red hot piece of metal by accident.
How did you do that on accident, Mage?
Because I wasn't paying attention. I thought I grabbed the cooling because I was poking the campfire because I was trying to melt aluminum pop cans, and it was driving me insane.
Oh God.
But after I cut open my finger, I put a towel on it, and I made that little scurry to the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
But in the process, since I'm just bleeding all over the place, I made like a little blood trail to the bathroom in my struggle to get in. And my mom comes out eventually, and she finds this whole trail to the bathroom. Oh no! She's like, "What's going on?"
Oh Jesus!
And I'm sitting in the bathroom, like, "Please don't be mad." And I'm like holding a towel over my finger. I remember I ended up getting taken to the hospital to get treated, but the hospital was busy at the time, so they didn't bother with. Well, it took them about an hour. And eventually we actually ended up leaving before we ended up seeing the doctor. And I got taken to my grandma, who was a nurse. And I had like this metal brace put around my finger for a long time. It was about 2 months of it. 2
Wow.
or 3. And I honestly think it was one of the funniest stories. Because like my mom... I was just so scared that my mom was going to beat me or something. I was like, I was doing something I know I shouldn't have.
Oh Jesus.
Oh God!
I poured liquid lead on stuff by accident and set it on fire.
Oh.
I've also had a boiling pot of hot water and noodles dumped on my head.
Oh, ouch!
Why is this all happening?
Because I am mayhem.
When I was, I think, 4 or 5, I was like really curious, and I wanted to see what would happen if I shoved a pencil down the center of a crayon, and I pierced my hand.
Yep,
Oh,
that
God.
sounds about right.
When I was younger, you remember when that movie came out about like it was the girl that the shark like bit off her arm?
Soul Surfer?
Oh yeah.
Like that girl. So at the time, but like that movie freaked me out because not really because of the shark. It was more like the thought of losing an arm. So for probably a solid like after that, I would only draw with my left hand because it was my non-dominant hand. And I'm like, if I lose my right arm, I still got to be able to draw. My coping method for
practice.
You say that, but as a kid, I purposely like trained myself to, if I ever fall, to reach out with my left hand as opposed to my right. Because I was like, I can't lose my right hand.
I'm a dummy because I always use my dominant hand when bad stuff happens because I never think before I do stuff. Like this one time, I was visiting Chicago for a tournament thing, and there was waffles. I was making a waffle with a waffle iron, and it was starting to fall out. So my dumb brain decided to freaking use my right hand to adjust the waffle iron so the toe wouldn't come out, and I burned my right hand.
Oh my God!
Right before the tournament too. I had to click buzzers. I'm just such a dumb person.
I mean, I think that's the natural reaction most people have. It was just one of those things. Like, I did a lot of things as a kid that I'm like, I can't. If anything happens to my right hand, I'm screwed. Because I always knew I wanted to be an artist. So, like, I did a whole bunch of things. Like, I stopped using erasers to do art. That way I would get used to... that way I would get used to, like, not... Or, like, get over mistakes or whatever, because somebody told me one time that, like, that's a good way to do things. So, I went hardcore.
I'm gonna draw with a pen!
Exactly. I almost, like, whenever I do draw traditionally, I almost always draw with a pen.
Okay, so, I'm a big hardcore fan of My Little Pony. Don't judge me, I think it's a great show.
No judgment here.
No judgment.
No judgment.
No judgment.
So when I first started drawing ponies, I was like really upset because I couldn't draw ears or noses right. So instead of trying my best, I gave up and draw them with no ears or no muzzle, just a circle for a head.
Okay.
That's legitimately scary.
Who needs to learn?
The wings look like freaking hands. Like the feathers were on the top of the wings, not on the sides, on the top. Because I'm a freaking. I really could not draw back in the day. I really couldn't.
The first thing I ever posted on DeviantArt was a My Little Pony OC, like
Oh my
probably
gosh.
5-6 years ago.
Back in the day.
I used bases in MS Paint, and I thought to myself, "Oh, this looks so cool! I'm such a good artist.
Some good Rainbow Dash recolors.
I'm just like everyone else."
Actually, I was kind of like that, but only with Pokemon. I was one of those big Pokemon fans, and I adored.
I have so many like old EX Pokemon cards. I've got like 10 and Mega EX are just sitting in my room.
I only have one EX, which makes me sad.
I have Charizard.
I only have one
I have
EX.
Mewtwo. I have a Mewtwo card.
I want the Mewtwo because I like cats. Even though I'm not going to do anything with it, I just really like cats.
Is Mewtwo a cat?
Yeah, Mewtwo's a cat, hence the name, Mewtwo.
Oh my gosh!
Just ask Sean. Sean will know the answer to it.
I am really dumb with things because I thought, up until today, I thought the Grand Canyon was in New Mexico or Utah.
No.
I'm sorry, I'm really dumb.
I mean, that's not a matter of being dumb. It's just a matter of you not knowing any better.
Really, I was like, Grand Canyon's orange and sandy. It mustn't be in Colorado because Colorado is snowy. I'm like.
Oh, Colorado is very red.
Yeah. Never been. Don't know.
I think once I finish coloring this one, we're gonna take a little break so that I can get up and stretch and all that.
Wait, are we stopping the stream?
No, we won't stop the stream. We'll just take a little break.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I think when you take the break, I'll have to get off because at 5, we are leaving to drive up to a restaurant called Jack's to eat out up in Michigan because we're gonna eat out.
Always remember to take your breaks. Make sure you stretch out your
yeah,
thumbs.
so you don't get a blood clot in your leg, and if that blood clot goes up to your brain, it'll kill you instantly.
What?
It'll just drop over it and die.
Morbid.
That's
actually
not exactly how it works, but
I just want to hop off for a bit because I have to eat.
Alright.
I'll be back.
Have a supper.
Bye.
Consume.
Bye bye.
I really like salmon. Salmon is good. The fish, delicious.
I don't like fish at all.
Why? Because you're afraid. Are you afraid of mercury poisoning?
No, I just don't like the taste.
Oh, because you can. I've drinking mercury before. Well, not drinking it, but I've seen a YouTuber drink mercury and he was just fine.
What the? Who would do that? Who would drink mercury?
Pure metallic is not dangerous. The fumes mercury evaporating is actually more dangerous than drinking it. Because the metallic.
Still, you shouldn't drink a toxic element.
It's harmless and it's
how about we just don't do stuff like that and don't try to kill
touched
ourselves?
liquid mercury and it's not like a metal.
Take a look at the
Tide
Tide Pod challenge.
It's fine. The hot water challenge is dumb.
I mean, I would argue that the Tide Pod challenge was just natural selection.
Yeah.
What?
There was another one where a guy jumped into one of the hot springs at Yellowstone doing the hot water challenge and it killed him instantly.
Oh my god.
Well, maybe we shouldn't talk about stuff that is so morbid.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
People will do dumb things for attention.
No, but anyway, talking about food, parents want to take me out to eat somewhere this week for my birthday, and I need to decide where I want to go.
Wait, what day is your birthday? Because I'll draw you something.
My birthday is this Tuesday.
Ugh.
Oh,
I think I'm
nice.
Back, and that's the first thing I did.
My birthday was a few months ago.
What's your favorite kind of food, Tennille?
Chicken.
I was gonna ask.
Tennille.
Yes. Chicken fingers for life.
Chicken tenders all day, every day.
Oh, I eat chicken nuggets on a regular basis for my dinner.
Do you like Mexican?
Tennille.
Sometimes. I'm very not good at trying Mexican food. I'm always like, I'll get a taco, and then like that's as much as I venture out.
Okay, Tennille, I have some advice for you. Do not drink Coca-Cola at all because the dye that makes Coca-Cola black is directly linked to causing cancer. So don't drink Coca-Cola.
Okay, what does that
So
have
you're
to do
worried
with
about
tacos?
Coca-Cola, but not mercury?
What?
I thought we were talking about food.
All right.
Tell me.
I'm all science. I know everything about science.
Okay, I'm gonna press F to doubt.
But no, I'm thinking maybe to go out for sushi or something.
Sushi.
Oh my god.
Burrito.
I'm a fish fiend. I love seafood.
Seafood's the best.
I prefer Italian.
thing
I like
coming.
Italian.
Everyone likes Italian, but
What do you like?
seafood-
What kind of sushi do you like? Do you like California rolls or?
Yeah, like California rolls. I've actually only just recently started trying sushi, so like I'm still kind of trying a whole lot of stuff.
I would suggest if you're just trying sushi, I would suggest something like a cream cheese roll or do you like sweet potatoes?
Cream cheese rolls give me life. Every time I would go to the library for all-nighters last semester, I'd be like, hey, let's go stop by the sushi place and pick up like 3 rolls of cream cheese rolls.
I also suggest not getting stuff from, if you're gonna get sushi, don't get it from Publix. Mostly because
don't get it from that.
The reason I haven't tried sushi up until this point is because I didn't want to try bad sushi. So I only like to go get it when I'm like going someplace that serves sushi.
Yeah, because I am not an advocate for public sushi because typically they hire someone and they're like, all right, so figure it out. And that's how it goes. Because my buddy.
How long is till your lunch break? Because I have to go here, I think now.
Well, you can go ahead and go. I'm just finishing the coloring here.
Okay. Let me finish coloring when I'm drawing.
But
when is the stream ending? 6?
I still have 2 more to draw, so however long it takes me to do that.
It's probably 6-ish.
Oh.
So,
save my thing and all. Go ahead and go. I'll see you guys around though.
Alrighty, have a good day.
Yeah, see you around the
See ya.
Farewell. So, do you like sweet potatoes?
No.
50-50. They're like okay. They're not great.
Well,
half the time I'm like, oh, but I kind of wish I was eating regular potatoes. It's like these are fine,
life.
but I kind of wish they were just potatoes.
Yeah, potatoes are. I hate sweet potatoes.
have you ever heard of a Kentucky roll?
No.
No.
If they have one, I would order one if I were you. Because what they have is, instead of stuff like fish, they would have fried chicken. Or chicken.
Oh,
What?
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. The
No.
Kentucky roll is pretty good. I suggest the cream cheese, obviously, in California, because I'm weak. But if you're not a big fan of sweet potato, I wouldn't. I guess sweet potatoes rolls are okay, but they're not like 100% awesome, depending on who's making them. Because I like sweet potato rolls, but some places don't always cook the sweet potato just right. So I have a little bit of...
It's kind of one of those, like, okay, I have the same problem with breakfast food. I can't eat breakfast food, or, like, I almost never eat breakfast food at restaurants because, like, I'm very particular about how it's made.
I live off breakfast food.
Yeah.
It's
Breakfast food is one of those things, it's like with biscuits and gravy. Like, everybody makes biscuits and gravy a little differently, and it can be like I only like it one particular way. I like eggs. I only like eggs one particular way.
Eggs are the worst. Like,
that sounds similar to how I am a little bit with pancakes. Because when I'm making pancakes, especially chocolate chips pancakes, sorry, I hiccuped. chocolate chips, I hate it when people mix chocolate chips inside the batter because it always clumps up.
Oh my
And I'm
god.
like, when I make pancakes, I actually go out of my way to separately place each one of the chocolate chips so they don't clump up. And it irritates me when I go to like IHOP or something and I order chocolate chip pancakes and there's always that massive clump somewhere in the pancake.
Yep.
So can I just suggest to you something? Skittle pancakes.
Alright, actually you are banned.
My god. I was not prepared.
Dislike that comment.
I missed. I missed. Did I miss something?
Yeah, did I miss
I
something?
feel like that would be like a gross, disgusting mess of like black and brown, just like mush.
Oh, no, it's not. They retain their color.
It's something
No,
happening.
the problem
Did I
with
miss something
Skittle
in the stream?
pancakes is that if you make... Okay, so I love Skittles, but they're really waxy. So when you put a Skittle in something like batter, one, the color will spread wherever, but it will be a wax ball somewhere in your pancake. And that stuff will be
You
hard.
place them on top. You don't like mix it into the batter.
Well, even then.
You have to try
Yeah,
it.
Blixmy
before
released her
you
new
say
song, and I didn't get to see it.
I haven't tried it, so I can't hate it exactly just yet. But
Well, hey,
Just
if Blixmy just released her new song, this is a great time for me to take a break. Everybody can go listen to Blixmy's new song. And then we can come back and finish these up.
It's Neil.
Sounds good.
Akira, he had a it was a protagonist list for like all the protagonists, and the thing that made me upset is he put Hollyleaf at the F tier.
Yeah, but like
That's just his opinion.
Yeah, I know, but it's just I know everyone's entitled to their own opinion. It's just I personally prefer like I think Lion Blaze should have been like somewhere at the D or F.
Yeah, Lion Blaze would definitely be F tier for me. Rip Lion Blaze. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna go take a quick break. I'll mute the stream. The stream will still be going, but we'll just be muted for a little bit, and I'll be back.
Alright.
Okay.
Have a nice time.
Bye.
Hello, people who might be confused in chat. We are back. I know some people were going like, is the stream frozen? What's going on? We were just taking a little break. We're back now.
Yeah.
Nah, but when I had my ex-girlfriend, we were girlfriends and all that, I'd actually have to test the sodas to make sure that one was regular, because I drink regular, and hers was diet. Because the effects of what would happen, I was like too paranoid to let it go, you know?
Yeah.
She'd go blind if she had, you know, certain chemicals in any kind of food, so diet didn't have it for whatever reason. I forget the whole thing about it. But I'd have to test if it was diet, and I had to make sure that all the food that she got was completely vegan. Or else, you know, she'd go blind, and I was like, absolutely not on my watch.
Not happening.
No.
Sorry. I was just doing well these days.
It's just like if that happens, then just take them and go square up.
Yeah, except for
square up, buddy.
As much as I'd square up, it wouldn't really matter after the fact because, you know,
like the
they're
damage
blind
is already
now.
done. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be kind of pointless.
Yeah. That was a wild time, though.
Sounds like it.
I was, since I bake a lot, I was always having to change my recipes and stuff to make sure that it fit what I had to do. And then also, I was very paranoid, so I was like, had to wash everything before I tried to make it. I was like, I don't know if milk has been here in a long time, but I gotta make sure.
Gotta double check.
I know it just came out of the washer, but like,
Never trust it.
Trust issues.
I have the same problem.
Either way. Man, preparing for a convention is also really wild.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
are you selling? Are you just cosplaying, or?
2 years ago, I did a booth at one, so that was a really wild time. But
Yeah.
right now, I'm just going. But I'm like the lead person in my group, so I have to make sure that the hotel stuff is settled, all the tickets, everyone's got their tickets, this, that, and the other. And on top of it, I'm just packing my bag and getting my cosplay together because, you know, there's all these tiny details I have to make sure I have on me and all that. And whew, what a pain.
Hopefully it'll be worth it. Cons are fun.
Oh, I love cons. They're my favorite. But at the same time, I'm like, whew,
oh
gotta get ready.
Oh, Scott's here.
Hey, Scott. I'm working on Sora.
Awesome. Thanks for saving him for last again.
I mean, he's not completely last. I have one more after this.
Ooh, nice. Hi, guys.
Hello, how are you doing?
Hey.
Good.
Yeah.
Despite being fresh out of work.
Whew. Well, at least you're done, right?
Yep. And I'm pretty much solely here just to beg to Neil to have your Baldur's Gate stream later today. Are you planning on doing that?
I am.
Okay. Oh, awesome.
Yes, I was part of the last one. That was actually pretty awesome.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you guys are liking it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so much fun.
What is that?
It's what I am streaming right now over on Sean's channel. Every Sunday I play Baldur's Gate. And it is it's a Dungeons and Dragons game.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I need to get into watching or playing it. I don't know if it's a playthrough or...
Yeah.
I just need to watch it. Could I like jump in for today's stream and still kind of know what's happening?
Yeah, I'll explain what's happened story-wise so far. It's been pretty light story-wise, like, because it's a D&D game. It's very much more so, like, what my choices do and that kind of thing, you know? If that makes sense.
Yeah, it pretty much makes sense for me, at least.
But yeah, you should be able to jump in at any time.
Yeah, it's not too involved. It's mostly just going around and looting and talking to people.
Yeah, the last one. I jumped in for the first time.
I'll consider it if I have time later. I'm still in the middle of dyeing my hair, so I can't. I gotta finish getting all that stuff put together.
Oh, nice. What are you dyeing it?
It's okay. So I'm using Splat this time around, which is extremely permanent. But I'm dyeing it blue, but I'm doing like a tealy kind of blue color.
Oh, nice.
So it has some like green hues to it.
Ew, that sounds awesome.
I like using Splat because it's extremely permanent and doesn't really come out of my hair at all. I mean, it'll get lighter later on, but that's about it. But the problem with Splat is you cannot change it later.
Every time you say Splat, I just think of Splatoon.
Yeah. I'm having the same thing happen.
A few weeks ago, I went out to eat with some family, and my sister-in-law dyed her hair. It was like this crazy, like a rainbow. It looked so good.
Oh,
it was
cool.
like I think it took like a few hours earlier, but it looked like so good. It was just like this. I think it was kind of long, and it was just like this pure rainbow.
My only paranoia with the rainbow hair and all that is that I worry that in the dyeing process that I'll end up getting the colors mixed a little bit during the drying and dyeing bit. And the worry about that is that when you mix a rainbow together, I will tell you one thing, that it does not look good. Just think green, brown, bad.
Green, brown, bad.
Because one of my friends did it, and they had hair that kind of has like the texture of ramen noodles. A little bit. And when she did that, she accidentally mixed it a little bit when it was in the drying process. And so it turned to a green-brown color array, but it was stuck like that.
No.
And one thing you should know about Splat ahead of time is you may think, oh, bleach will get this color out. Let me tell you now, bleach does not get the color out at all.
Oh, God.
I've had, in December, I dyed my hair purple fuchsia color. And I still, even after bleaching my hair, have a light pinky purple hue in my hair.
Yeah.
And it won't come out. So if you're gonna dye your hair and you see Splat, because you always see it in CVS, that stuff is permanent. You will not be able to remove that.
That is good to know.
Yeah.
Also, hairdressers cannot remove it either.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a dye that's less permanent because I'm cosplaying Merida from.
What color is your hair? Naturally.
Current color is blonde.
You're naturally blonde?
I'm naturally blonde.
If you go into a place like Sally's, they sell this stuff that you can incorporate into your conditioner. It'll dye your hands quite a bit. Say again?
I had heard about that. Go on.
It'll dye your hands quite a bit, but if you just put it in your conditioner, it'll dye your hair pretty good, but it'll also come out. So
okay, yeah, that would be good. Because I don't want my hair to be permanently red for like a long time, but a couple weeks.
How blonde are you? Are you like bleachy blonde or are you dirty blonde?
Somewhere in between that.
You might end up having a pink hue for a while because when it fades, it turns pink. But
that shouldn't last a terribly long time, right?
Nah, it might last about I'd argue a month, but it will go away. Just be careful with what you choose.
Pinky hue is too bad.
Because when I bleach my hair, I turn neon blonde. I'm a natural brunette, but when I forget to color my hair afterwards, because sometimes I'll just leave it like that for a little bit. Whenever I put something like a conditioner in, that changes the color. It lasts for about a month, but it'll leave like the color will go away. The initial color, like if it's the dark blue, will go away after about 2 or 3 washes, but it'll leave a light hue for a while. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just hope you like the color pink.
Well, guys, I gotta dip. I need a mental break from physics for a bit.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, thanks for coming.
No problem.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, Blaze.
Yeah. Have you seen that map I told you about, like 20,000 years ago?
I still haven't gotten to it. I'm sorry.
Oh man, it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, I got that giant list. I should chew through more often. It's just when I try to tackle like a bunch of maps all at once, it's like individually in each one, there's so many different styles, and then when you compare all the maps as a whole together, they vary so widely in like their quality and their style and their premise. So it's really tricky for me to watch a whole bunch back to back.
That's understandable.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to binge.
You know, I've been having an issue trying to get ready to binge anything these days, especially when it comes to animes and stuff. All of my friends are diehard anime fans of some sort, but they all want me to watch their own anime, from like JoJo's to...
Oh yeah. I keep hearing so many JoJo references.
Hunter x Hunter, this, that, and the other. But like, I have little time, but at the same time I do have time. It's just, I don't want to spend it sitting down watching an entire series.
Watching stuff. That has been long.
That's why I haven't sat down to watch the first 2 seasons of Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
But now I guess I'm gonna have to, because I watched the third one.
The third.
Yeah, that was... I was sitting there so confused. I was like, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to know this yet. But
probably not.
You're probably gonna go back and watch it eventually and be like, oh, that makes so much sense.
I have only one complaint with Stranger Things, though, after watching the 3rd season. Is there
it a spoiler?
It's not really a spoiler.
Okay.
Is there typically a lot of just angry outbursts throughout Stranger Things, or is that just a season 3 thing?
Very emotional, though.
Yeah, it's pretty ham-fisted sometimes.
Like, I was getting real tired of it real fast when
Especially since a lot of the kids are very, like, because of the paranormal activity, everyone's, like, super on edge, so I think that kind of justifies it, but yeah, people shout at each other a lot.
I was like, because anytime something important, quote-unquote, or, like, something, like, I don't know, like an emotional moment, it always comes out of people screaming at one another, and I was like, oh, great. Back to home. Back to my family life. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, man. Exactly what I want to experience.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, it's like that.
Oh, that's a new from me, Chief.
Hey, have any of you watched the Walking Dead?
No.
Nope.
Not.
Oh man. It's pretty. I personally think it's good, but I kind of started in like probably season 7 or 8 with my parents, because like when they started to watch it, I was not allowed to, because I was about like probably 7 or something when like they were mainly watching it, and then I just see because now they allow me to watch it because of the rating, and it's pretty good to be honest.
I hear people rave about it.
One of the things about The Walking Dead, to me, it's similar, like Walking Dead and Game of Thrones are on the same level to me, where like everybody's watching it, but I haven't seen a single episode. I'm like, okay, that's
it's
nice.
for me as well, for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I haven't touched Game of Thrones.
Yeah, me neither.
Game of Thrones was ending, and then everybody was like, "It's over," and I'm like, "Wait, what?" Because I've never seen any of it.
Yeah, me
That's
neither.
like one of the biggest shows or movies like in that genre that I've heard people like
Which one?
constantly like never shut up about Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, no, that's
It's like so much noise came from that, like when it had its finale and everything, which is good. I'm happy when things are good and popular.
Well,
But-
it didn't end well.
Oh, really? Oh.
No,
Well, people
I
were making plenty of noise about it, though. So.
Yeah, I watched Game of Thrones, and now I'm just glad that I read the books. I'm like, oof, alright.
well. All I hear about Game of Thrones is sometimes people be like, if we actually had Warriors movie,
it would be like
Game of Thrones kind of deaths left and right.
That'd be awesome to see Warriors as a TV show, and every season is just one book. Or is that, I don't know.
Or like
I'm not
every
sure if that's
every
tradition.
episode's a chapter or two.
Yeah, probably.
That would have been nice.
Yeah,
But that's not the kind of treatment.
I continue being like, man, if only Netflix had gotten the rights instead of some movie studio nobody cares about.
Yeah.
It's still making it. Like, there was some little while, like, Warriors movie is coming, and then I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
well,
it's just like
they said that they bought the rights, but like that's it. That doesn't even mean that they are starting making the movie.
yeah, I mean, there's the thing I've seen. This was a channel. I think her name was Tawny, and she discussed it mostly, and she was saying that like the cast was leaked, and people were saying Guy Fieri was gonna be Longtail. I would love to see Guy Fieri be Longtail.
Oh man, yeah, no, that definitely is not true.
Who knows? I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. It's not totally sure, and people are saying like, "Oh, Jack Black's gonna be Tiger Claw."
What?
I don't know. Jack Black.
My biggest worry about all that in the long run, well, not biggest worry. It's just since it's a studio that's not an American studio or wasn't it Chinese?
Yeah.
My thing is that they're probably going to do it all in Chinese and then later on stick voice actresses onto it. Which I kind of doubt that they're going to be something like, Jack Black or Guy Fieri, because it's going to be a studio that's not typically doing all kinds of
Well, the studio that did it is the one that came out with the Ugly Dolls movie this year.
Oh boy.
No.
Yeah. So
I
there
don't
you go.
I don't intend on seeing that movie at all.
Just so you know, I cringed a little bit.
Well, there you go. That's what you have to look forward to.
Oh well.
Petition for Netflix to get the rights.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work quite like that. I wish it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only it was that easy. Netflix, please make Warrior Cats. Please hire me.
I forgot who the channel was that actually made the Warrior Cats animations as like a TV show.
SS Warrior Cats.
Yeah, yes, that was it. Oh crap.
I adored SS Warrior Cats growing up.
SS Warrior Cats was the best.
I'm gonna have to catch up
down
on
though.
I don't think they've put any more updates for SS Warrior Cats.
No, I think that project is dead.
Who knows? You're probably right.
Hey, Tennille, why don't you just traditionally animate a Warriors movie?
Why don't I just do that?
You got the talent, you could do it.
You are right. I'll start working on that, and I'll get back to you guys in like 100 years, okay?
Oh my gosh.
But hey, with any luck, you guys should have a Star Clan Battles thing to look forward to here in the near future.
I'm looking forward to it.
Where's that gonna be at? I've tried looking it up. I'm like, where is it?
It will eventually have its own YouTube channel.
Huh.
But don't worry, I'll make sure to put like a whole bunch of notifications. Whenever something happens, you guys will see it. I will talk about it nonstop in the Discord and on my YouTube channel and everything, so it'll be hard to miss.
I also wanted to ask, when you animated that Nightwing for Drawing a Blank, did you animate that solely for Drawing a Blank, or was it for like a different project?
Nope, it was just for Drawing a Blank.
Okay, that was cool. And I recently rewatched season 2 of Dragon Prince recently, and I didn't realize that line was from the Dragon Prince, so when it popped up, I was like, I just like fanboyed a little bit. It was really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
no, I was listening to some voice lines just from that actor, and I'm like, you know what? This would be great. So I
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, SS Warriors hasn't updated anything since 2 years ago.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was like 6 years ago, so that's closer than I thought it was.
The first couple of episodes were 9 years ago, 10 years ago.
Yep.
And then the most recent one was 2 years ago, but the one before that was 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and the rest of them were 6 years ago for the most part. Most of the updates.
Animation is hard, yo.
Yeah. I mean, and just think, like Pixar, and they have to animate like 1 to 2 hours of a movie.
Yeah, and they've got hundreds of people working on it.
I'm actually looking at the guy that was supposed to be in charge of SS Warriors, Walton Fox. And he hasn't done anything in a year. And everything else was 2 years ago, which is interesting.
Are you looking at like his YouTube channel or something?
Yeah, his personal. Because he had it linked.
Nice.
He did something 2 years ago for that one map that I liked a lot, the 5 giants.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I was in that map.
We're in that map. I like your part in that map.
Thank you.
And there's this animation map up. I'm sorry, it's this animator mashup. It's by it was High Hopes by Panic at the Disco, and you have 2 parts in there back to back.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Oh, I've not seen that one.
Yeah, I was just trying to find one, and I was like, oh, there's a mashup.
You should link it so that I can check it out.
Yeah, I might as well. Oh,
Man, I keep getting ready to start getting an animation, and I'll do like little bits of animation where I'm testing myself from like doing running animations and stuff. But then I just suddenly get unmotivated.
Yeah, it can be easy to hit a roadblock with animation because it's a very long process. And if you become unhappy doing any certain part of it, it's just like, oh, well, I guess I'm done.
Yeah.
I was thinking about picking up doing some animation memes so I can just work on stuff.
Animation memes are fun. They're fun because they're like small projects that you have complete control of, unlike with a map. It's like it's just something you have complete control of. You can decide how much effort you want to put into it.
I enjoyed like all the points you brought up on animation memes with the when you talked about your the floor is lava one. In that video, I was like, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I see so many people get very, very upset about like the quality of animation memes, and I just kind of have to. I have to question that because it's like, you know, you didn't commission this artist to work on this thing.
Like,
it's just a free project that you also get to see.
Yeah, you'll get to see all these big rants or stuff about why animation memes are bad, but they never pull up a good point. They're just like,
it's like,
I don't see why you guys have such big problems with them.
Because it's more.
Yeah,
it's like a personal opinion, and it's like if you don't like them, just don't watch them. You know.
You don't need to make a big video, probably hurting someone else's pride when they worked on something, and then you just come in here just to rain on their parade.
Just be like, I think this is garbage and you're wasting your time. And I was like, well, I think you're garbage and you're wasting your time.
Burned.
That's a big mood, though.
I can't wait to see all the other portraits so far.
Oh yeah, I can zoom out so that we can take a quick look at what we've done so far. Da 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 da!
When you violently have to get fast to go look at the other ones. It's the YouTube page.
You're like, wait
a minute, they're doing something.
Should have had this up.
I had it up. I was just looking at the things you were talking about earlier.
Nice. Got some great colors. And the big ears on that upper right one.
I love doing these because I get to draw things. It's the same thing when I do commissions. Is like I get to draw things that I wouldn't even think about drawing in my own spare time.
You know, I feel the same way, but I use Art Fight for that. So I just do... Yeah. I do other people's art, and I'm like, yeah, that's actually kind of cool. You know what's really aggravating, Loki?
Yes.
I love making characters and building like environments and stuff. World building is something I love to do. And I just can't find something to move a plot along. And I don't know, like, it's so irritating because I want to build a story, like a little comic about, I know I've talked about before, but I had like this thing where I'm building rat characters. A bunch of rats, and like they live in this dystopia more or less where humans suddenly don't exist, so they become more and more intelligent, and they're building things, making things. And I have all these characters I've created with their own flaws, with their own perks and stuff, like, and have a dynamic I built between all of them. And I can't find a way to make a plot move along or build one.
Yeah. I feel you. I have a story that's very similar to that, where it's like I have a lot of characters. I know what kind of like thing I want them to learn or do, but like I just don't have enough there to make it a whole story yet. Right. So it just kind of like sits in the back of my mind, and then every time I think about it, I'm like, man. I need to do more with this.
Yeah, I have a lot of those too.
And I like watch videos about people and how they're talking about like, for example, warriors and what's wrong with warriors and like what things they should have done. And I use those videos to try and base it around how I'm gonna do my own art. And like, I get so caught up in how like I'm gonna make these characters and how I'm gonna make their personalities shine through and like show, don't tell kind of things. But then I don't have anything to show, like I don't have a plot to move it along. I'm like, oof. I want this so bad, but I can't.
But I just don't know how.
I don't know. I think I'll move it along eventually. I'll just take some time.
Yeah.
A lot of creators, especially like comic series and things,
and it makes
have like so many ideas, but only one of them ever gets made. Because it's just so hard to keep moving things along.
Well,
You gotta figure out where you want to spend your time.
I'd hate to make like a series and end up being like all those other comics you'll see that, they start out and they look really cool and then suddenly you don't see them for 2 years. 3 years. But then
I did one of those.
Well, yeah, but it's understandable why. It's just at the same time I'm like I don't know.
It's hard to take a huge project like that solo and finish it.
Yeah.
I started a comic series with my best friend when we were in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just took a break for 2 years. But we're getting back into it now, which is cool. But yeah, I'm one of the people that did that.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. Starkland Battles has definitely had those moments where, all of us just don't have time to work on it, and so it just sits around for a while.
For a moment.
Yeah.
I suppose it needs that creative moment where you just wait so you have more ideas to build back up on.
Mm-hmm.
But better, some of the old comic pages that I'll look back on are just terrible.
Oh yeah.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Who would basically? I know you're part of Starkland Battle, but who else would be?
So that is also Tiffany, who is Captain Morwin on Twitter and DeviantArt, and then the name is Water, Audrey, who is also on Twitter, and I think on DeviantArt she changed her name to Water Way. And then also on our writing team is Avalon. Or Roseland's Productions.
Yeah, I like the words on Warrior. And then also your cat cast with Tom and Solina. The kitty was awesome.
Yeah, I really love doing those. Those are a lot of fun.
Yeah, when I watched that, I have never laughed so hard in my entire life.
I haven't eaten anything today. Well, I've eaten some stuff, but just not an actual
Yo, you and me both. I had a Lunchable thing, and I was like, As an adult, I should probably eat something normal.
Probably give yourself some more sustenance than that.
Maybe a bean burrito later. Man, my diet's out of whack. I'll be I'll eat proper things and salads every now and again, and all of a sudden I'm like, alright, time to binge eat an entire 10 Uncrustables. Let's go.
Yes, Uncrustables. Amazing.
I like Uncrustables, they're good.
Yeah.
But they're not good for you.
Dude, I will totally be with you there. I love Lunchables because I just like cheese and crackers, man, and it's so handy.
Well,
so convenient.
So you go to the Lunchables area, and you got the normal Lunchables that come with the little treat. I always get the ones that are long, and they only have crackers and the little meat and the little cheese. And I get those, and I'll just eat them at complete random. I'm like, all right, munching time. But I know they're bad.
Yeah, I'm yet again. I'm with you there because it's there are the ones that come with the treats, but I'm always I just want the crackers, meat and cheese.
I should buy that and then make Ritz crackers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know I could do that, but
the Lunchable.
Right, exactly.
It's the fun of getting transported back to childhood.
Well, but see, as a kid, I was never allowed to have them. My parents never got them for me.
You have to have them now. You gotta have those.
Yeah, I gotta make up for lost time.
Alright. Well, I'll be right back, or I might not be back in time. So I hope you all have a wonderful day.
All right.
Nice, thanks. You too.
Nice seeing. Nice talking.
Nice talking. Can't really see, but like it works.
Yeah.
It's the thought that counts.
I can't see.
Nah, I'm blind. I got those glasses.
Jay Feather in a nutshell.
More or less. All right, farewell.
All right, see ya.
Later.
Oh my goodness, to Neil.
Just finished Crooked Star's Promise, and boy, I was shocked.
I am shook.
That was actually one of like my favorite Super Editions.
It's a really good one. It's not my favorite, but it's really good.
I know your favorite is All Stars Revenge, Daniil.
Yeah.
Oh, like, how could that one not be in your top 3?
It's so good.
I only read like I've been mostly spending my time on the main arcs before, so like I could catch up with the whole community. And then once I did, I just read some novellas and Super Editions.
I am so bad at reading novellas. I've had this Path of the Warrior novella since Lost Stars have come out, and I've read like the first like 2 chapters of Red Tail's Debt and Tawny Pelt's Clan, and that's like as far as I've gotten. And I'm just like, I don't know what it is about them. I just can't read them.
I'm trying to push through Shadow Star's life. I don't think. Let me see what chapter I'm on.
It's like Tawny Pelt's Clan is good. I just can't read it. I don't know what's wrong. Like, I'll read the other Warriors books in a day, like in a few hours. But the novellas are just like, oh, put me to sleep.
Okay.
Well, it's just like the time, It's kind of like.
Oh, sorry.
It's just like to me that I like the thing I don't like about the novellas is the time skips in between chapters, like Maple Shade's Vengeance. Oh my god. It's like from like one moon. It's like I don't know how many moons it's like in between each chapter, but oh god.
But the time skips just kind of like take you out of it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was also just really small. They didn't have like.
They only have like 10 chapters or something.
Yeah, I feel like, especially with Maple Shade's Vengeance, a lot of the problems I kind of have with like her whole thing would be solved if instead of a novella, it was a super edition, and they had more time to like flesh it out.
Yeah, and just like it's and kind of like what they should have, like personally what I think they should have done is like half the book is when she's alive, and then probably like a little bit is like her life in the Dark Forest or something like that.
That'd be interesting.
She does so much in the Dark Forest. And we don't really know how that goes down, so that would have been interesting to see. I agree.
Yeah, and she trained Crooked Paw, and it's just like, and I know why she did that is because like he's kin of Apple Dusk, and it's just like you're crazy, woman.
Isn't Crooked Star like his grandson or something? Because he's not directly.
He's like great grandson or something like that. It's a while back.
Yeah, because Shellheart's kin of Apple Dusk. I need to look at the family tree.
Apple Dusk, and then Apple Dusk and then Reedstein had a kid, and then that kid had Shellheart, and then Shellheart had Crooked Paw.
Okay.
It's just great. And I was like, I have beef with Shadowstar's life. Cause like they made it really interesting with Quickwater, and how she was like a villain, and that came from the mountains. And I was really hyped. I was really excited. I was like, oh, another female villain. We only have one of those because literally we only have one female villain, which is Maple Shade. We haven't had another one. I don't think. And I was really excited. I was really pumped up. And then nope, not Quickwater's a good guy now, because Shadowstar gave her. Even though she literally killed the deputy by leading them to the dogs, she tried to kill Shadowstar twice. It's and
It's kind of like the redeeming Hollyleaf thing too. It's like, oh, well, now that you've redeemed Hollyleaf, she's not as interesting.
Yeah, we really want Hollyleaf to be a villain, because here's things we don't have. We don't have a protagonist turn evil. We don't have that.
I wish we had that. I so wish we had that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting.
We don't have an evil medicine cat. People keep saying Hawkheart was one, but he wasn't. Canonically, he's not.
Yeah, he's not evil.
Yeah, no, people's like, oh, he's evil because he killed Moonfeather for no reason. He killed Moonfeather because she was trying to destroy his herbs.
Yeah.
It's very much good reason.
Yeah, and I don't think Yellow Fang would be evil either because she killed Broken Star.
Yeah,
no,
Yellow
she
Fang's
killed Broken
definitely
Star because
definitely not.
Broken Star killed
Sweetheart.
Didn't Broken Star kill? He killed Lionheart, but did he kill Ferncloud too?
Yeah, in the Great Battle. So.
Yeah, and then Yellowfang killed him twice. So
yeah. And Bramble killed Hawkfrost twice.
My friend says Mapleshade died because Sandstorm killed her. I'm like, I don't remember reading that, and I really don't want it to be true.
I think that did happen.
Yeah, I don't think Mapleshade died at all.
Yeah, because if Mapleshade died, then we'd have no more female villains.
Yeah, I thought maybe Slick Whisker could be part.
Slick Whisker is a villain. Oh my god, I
kind of want Slick Whisker to come.
Oh my god.
That's the thing. Like, I want her
I don't.
Actually,
I want her to come back so she can die. I really hate her. I hate her so much.
I hate her so much.
I hate her so much. I can't stand. It's like I hate Clear Sky too. I can't. I
mean, Clear Sky. His intentions were kind of valid, but his actions were just completely out of line.
So horrible.
He killed Rainswept Flower. God.
Flower was really sucky. Like, oh, my son has a disability. Time to throw him in the garbage. Like, come on, dude. Like, freaking an apple duck, man. I hate him too. Like, oh my god, he cheated on both Reedshine and Mapleshade.
And he gets off scot-free.
Yeah, exactly.
Trickster, what are you doing? Apple Dusk freaking... No. Why did Apple Dusk go into the Star Clan? Like, he didn't deserve it.
Oh, there's a lot of cats in Star Clan who don't deserve it.
Ashfur, number one for me.
Ashfur, who helped kill Firestar.
Yeah, and then he tries to kill Flight in the 3.
Ashfur's the one who, like, he planned with Hawkfrost, and he's the one who led Firestar to the thing. It was Ashfur's fault. Hawkfrost was the one who wanted Brambleclaw to kill him. Hawkfrost didn't set him in the trap. It was Ashfur. Ashfur was the one. It was Ashfur's fault for killing Firestar, and then he tried to kill 3 cats just because he was jealous. Oh wait, did he try to kill Squirrelplate?
Yeah, he tried to. No, he blocked the entrance so that they couldn't get out.
Yeah, but Squirrelplate was on the outside of the entrance. He tried to kill her kits, so she could.
I don't think he was trying to kill her.
He wanted her to survive so she could feel pain. And, like, just because she left you for another man, a bad man at that, Brambleclaw really, they aren't. I don't know. That was a stupid decision, I think.
Pretty bad.
Honestly, I sort of wish Squirrelfight was with Ashfur. I kind of understand Ashfur's things because, again, when he was a kid, Fireheart let Ashkit, like, freaking attack dogs and stuff. Like,
anyone here follow Celestial Tabris?
I think I do.
Have any of you guys seen her Shrew Runner AU?
You mean where Shrewpaw lives and gets with Squirrelflight?
Yes. That is what I want for Squirrel Flight. That is what she deserves.
I was really sad when Shrewpod died. I'm like, no, my ship, it's gone.
I forgot that was even a thing. I forgot Shrewpod existed.
Yeah, so did I.
Oh my god, what was the other kits that... Wasn't Spiderleg and Birchfall the only kits that survived from Fern Cloud's litter?
I think so.
I think so. Like, she had a lot of kits, but all of them died.
I mean, I would need to double check. I'm not sure, but that sounds about right.
Wait, Tennille, have you started A Forest Divided?
Is that the 5th book of Dawn of the Clans?
Correct.
No, I have not.
Oh boy, I personally think that Dawn of the Clans was one of the best arcs since the first one.
I really like the first 4 books, but everyone keeps telling me the last 2 books aren't that great, so I haven't started them yet.
I haven't gotten into the last 2 books because
I've read every single Warrior Cat book. I've read every single one.
Have you read all the novellas too?
Yeah, I've read every single. I've read the main series, the novellas, the super editions, the guidebooks, the mangas, everything. I am a problem, man. I really like that.
You are hashtag a true Warriors fan.
I'm trying to get my hands on more of the mangas. I mean, the only one I have is Ravenpaw. Ravenpaw's one, and crap.
That I have to.
Yeah, it's Ravenpaw's Path and the Floor. I picked this one up at a book fair.
I am a. So did I. So I'm a public library reader because I can't afford books. I can't. It's pricey, and I just.
That's fair. I mean, a library is a good way to go about it.
I either go to the bookstore and just freaking stay there all day and binge the books, and then or go to the public library and rent it. But I don't have to do that anymore until the next book comes out, which is like another month or so.
A few months. I'm excited for it.
Do we have Squirrel Flight's Hope coming out first, or the Silent Thaw?
It's Squirrel Flight's Hope. I think Squirrel Flight's Hope is coming in September.
I'm kind of mad that Daisy gets a novella. Cause why is Daisy getting a novella?
I think also Black Star's getting one too.
I noticed that all the cats getting novellas are all yellow cats, and so the cover is just like, which one's which?
Trees Roots, my guy. The best title, Trees Roots.
Trees Roots. Trees Roots. Did you guys spend all day working on that title?
Oh my god, I just realized something.
It's weird.
I literally just connected Rootpaw's name to Tree.
Yeah.
I'm so sad with myself.
Oh my god, it's the discovery of the century.
Literally just... Oh no.
Yeah.
Root beer? Gosh, I think root beer is a better name.
It's like a write-in option. Everybody just writes in root beer for that one poll where it was deciding Rootpaw's name.
I think in A Veil of Shadows he's gonna get his warrior name.
I kind of didn't like Root Spirit. I was like, kind of like, that's not good to have Root Spirit, since Bright Spirit was an OC to a girl that like died.
Yeah.
So
I remember that whole thing going down, and just like I understand people's concern there, but I also don't think that it takes away from the specialness of the OC.
I love the name Root Spirit though. I like that. Didn't Root Spring win?
Yeah, it was Root Spring.
Yeah, Root Spring is good. I was definitely totally happy with that, and I would have been happy with Root Fall as well.
I think I have an idea for like maybe the next arc, or maybe one of the books in the Broken Code. Mm-hmm. What if there was a blood moon instead of a solar eclipse?
Yo,
that'd be fun.
Just like, oh my god, what has happened to StarClan?
Yo, that might be a possibility. Since it's like how StarClan is lost, and it's like it's a blood moon. It's like StarClan is gone, is dead, and the cats are just like hopeless, like, oh my gosh, we were right. And Shadowpaw is like, no, then who's speaking to me? StarClan can't be dead.
Well, but he already knows that it's something's weird because like StarClan can't speak to anybody else.
Yeah, and the moon pool is frozen, and so none of the other medicine cats can go contact StarClan.
Still want it to be Soul. Like I know a lot of people are like it's Ashfur, but I'm like I want it to be Soul. I want him to come back.
I don't think Soul doesn't really believe in, does he believe in StarClan?
No, he didn't die. He ran off. He
ran off. Like, not dead.
The saddest way to get rid of a villain is they just run off, and then they just never come back, and you're like, wait.
Soul needs to return.
He's like, he was just really desperate to get in a clan because his mother left him, and his mother told stories about it, and he wanted to prove himself to Leafstar. But he did it the wrong way, and he dug himself a hole, and then he got mad.
Oh man, if Soul does come back though, the clans can finally get some closure as to like what his deal is, because like Sky Clan's there now. They can be like, Soul, what are you doing here? And they'll be like, what? Do you know who this is?
If what I don't want to see is like if he comes back and he predicts another eclipse.
Another eclipse. Like just a few years later.
I feel like the impact wouldn't be as strong on the cats because he'd be like, "There's another one coming," and they're like, "Oh, that did happen the first time," and then it would happen, and they're like, "Oh, look at that."
Well, another Tuesday.
I think the two cats most likely to have possessed Bramblestar is either Ashfur or Mudclaw.
Mudclaw,
I forgot about him.
I still really hope that it's not like a single cat doing it. I really hope that like StarClan is like there's just a whole bunch of cats in StarClan who are like, all right, you know what?
Him like a
we're really sick of these clan cats not listening to us, and so it's just like a whole group of them. That's
a whole little cult.
Yeah.
It's low-key just Ashfur and Mudclaw, because Mudclaw has beef with Bramblestar, and Ashfur has beef with Squirrelflight, and they're like, let's just kill him.
It's like, well, like now, it's like the code breakers are going to become that what is it called? It's Chekhov's gun.
Oh yeah,
like,
he's doubling.
It's gonna because what I don't want them to see is like envision the shadows, like you said, Tim, about how like Sky Clan, boom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like probably by book 6 we're gonna find out what happened to code breakers. What all the leaders are gonna try to like come to a compromise with it.
Kill everyone. That's it. That's
kill
their
all
goal.
the code breakers.
There's something I don't get. Why is Japheth a code breaker?
Well, see, that's the thing is I don't think they're actually code breakers. I think this is the biggest reason why it supports Ashfur being the one talking to Shadowpaw, at the very least, because it's all cats that Ashfur would have beef with.
And why is Squirrelflight
what about
not
Tree?
there?
What about Tree?
Squirrelflight is there.
She is? My god, I'm such an idiot. I cannot remember.
But what about Dovewing? And what about Tree?
Dovewing is there.
I mean,
yeah, I know Dovewing is there.
Those are both cats that came along after Ashfur's time, but you could very easily see why he wouldn't like them, because Tree is an outsider and Dovewing switched clans.
Yeah, huge break of the code.
Could have just used Dovewing to scare Shadowpaw. He might not even think Dovewing's a code breaker, like have any beef with her. It's just like
Akira.
He might have used Dovewing because he saw that Dovewing pulled a Squirrelflight and Bumblestripe.
Yeah, like that's why he wouldn't like.
Like, oh god, not another one.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what like Akira said that he wants to happen. He wants to like have all the clans support like Ashfur and be like kind of oblivious to like, oh, he's evil, and then then the protagonist will build like a rebel group and with all the code breakers. That would kind of be interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like it was you, Tennille, that was talking about having all the clans end up being one entity, more or less. But then, like, eventually by the end of this arc. And so that the next arc could be something like a whole family unit going to each clan separately just to try and take down all the clans.
I don't think that was me. That might have been Moon or Blixamy.
Ah.
But yeah, no, I agree. That would be interesting.
There's a lot of ways they can take it.
A lot of people judge me. A lot of people judge me because my favorite cat is Running Wind. I mean, it's just...
Running Wind is cool, though. He's a good guy.
Yeah. He's not useless.
Wait, wasn't he in the wasn't he in the first arc? I can't remember.
Yeah. I just pictured him.
Oh.
Like, he was like really supportive of Firestar though, and usually I can't speak. And most scenes he's in, he usually has an impact in the story, sort of. He was like part of a Firestar, and like, you can do it, it's okay, buddy, it's fine. And then he like made me sad. I never cried more.
He was basically kind of like 1 star, but
I kind of cried.
Angry.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my faves will always be Brackenfur, and no matter what Moon says, he'll always be a fave.
He's
just a good guy.
The one
I really
cat.
hope Moon doesn't hear this.
The one cat that, like, I despise the most out of any of the antagonists is probably Breezepelt.
Oh.
And Moon said this on one of her videos, and she's saying like main reason she hates Breezepelt because fandom thinks his actions are perfectly reasonable, and that it's all Crowfeather's fault, and Nightcloud was just trying to help him.
Yeah, I hate that reasoning.
Yeah, it's like and Breezepelt, like he should be one of the code breakers too, because he fought with the Dark Force. I don't really know.
Right, but like most of the code breakers are ThunderClan cats.
Yeah.
Another point towards Ashford.
Yeah.
I think Ashford would like if he is the person who possessed Bramblestar or talked to Shadowpaw. I think he would like Breezepelt because one, he tried killing Squirrelflight's kits, and he was like, "Yes, do this for me." He changed a lot. I was like, when he said "hooray" in the Lost Stars, who is this cat?
I remember before I started.
Not sorry to cut you off, but the stream is over. We finished all the drawings we need to get done, so we're good to go.
Yay!
Woo!
All right.
Well,
nice
then.
meeting all of you.
Yeah.
Nice meeting all of you.
Yeah, nice first stream I've ever done. That's pretty nice.
Yeah. This turned out really great. I am glad I got to talk to y'all. Y'all keep good conversation. I know I can be a little bit quiet at times because I'm working on art, but
No, it'd be like that sometimes. You gotta
totally
focus.
okay.
yeah. All right.
I'm just.
Say bye to the chat. Bye, chat.
See ya.
See ya.
See y'all.
Bye.